Thank you.
For all of my 10 followers.
Yep. Yeah.
10? I have 2. I have so much more than you.
Let's go.
Your math is off.
Oh,
Who needs math?
Oh yeah, I have to turn the music on.
Let me just. It
Uh,
did not stop. I just switched it off. Never mind. I'm smart.
You are.
Good job,
Okay.
buddy.
Beans. Yes to political Beyonce.
I saw a thing on Reddit that I thought would be funny for this group. What if you could describe your party in one sentence? What would it be?
Interesting question.
So if we're waiting for stuff, I'll throw that out there.
Did you say party?
Yeah. Fucking stupid. I'm just kidding.
Oh, right. I need to have that Roll20 thing up. That usually helps.
Alright, music is on. We all ready? Laura will be joining us a little late tonight. She's still out with her parents. Regardless, we got anything to announce today? I actually had gone and commissioned Amir's graphic designer for a new stream layout. That should look a little more professional than the one we have here. Not that there's anything wrong with this one right now. Just wanted
We ain't
something
professional. What are you doing?
more. No, I just wanted something more compact and something more with more personality. You know.
We ain't got personality. What are you doing?
True, fair. Just get like a gray black background and like Comic Sans Chronicles of Lorei'an. Yeah, so that
Times New
should
Roman
be
12 font.
Yeah, that should
12
be
point
good.
font.
Yep.
Double spaced, of course.
Of course.
Always got
A
double
beautiful blend of blundering buddies.
Yep.
That is our party.
spaced. Accurate.
Soup.
Fuck you. That's how I describe a party.
No, it's got everything. It's got sweet, it's got sour, it's got a bit of salt. You know, it's got strong flavors and like emotional drama. you know,
that's an ingredient in soup.
Okay.
Yeah.
So emotional soup drama. That's
Yeah,
us,
yeah,
right?
yeah. That's emotional soup. Okay, no.
It was a great session, guys. I'm real proud of what we did today. Just gonna hop off here.
I'm
You've peaked.
we peaked. Anyway, we still don't have sponsors.
Why the fuck would we have sponsors, Roddy?
You guys, I want to like record commercials. So
Yeah.
So
We can pretend. We can just invent
Actually-
businesses and have them sponsor
Yeah,
us.
yeah.
Can we do like WandaVision level commercials where when we're
I was
gone
just
it
about
plays
to
commercials?
suggest
oh my god, yes.
Can we do Skillshare?
Let's do it.
We can be. How about until people start sponsoring us, we just talk about businesses we hate. And why you shouldn't go there.
Just isolate all the businesses we don't want to sponsor us. Audible, you know what, bitch? You ain't sponsoring us, so you know what? I like real books. How does that feel, huh?
It's not bad mouthing you.
You see this Audible, huh? Look at those pages. Look at them.
Where's my audiobook of the player's handbook? Come on!
Can you do this, huh? Huh? Yeah, that's right. Good point. Fucking, you ready?
Fucked, Audible. Get
Can you play
fucked.
D&D on Audible? Can you? Can you? No.
Can't.
Pages.
Alexa, how many spell slots do I have as a warlock at level 7?
No.
At
Right.
least 3.
None.
Only 2.
Matty, good luck starting this game.
Okay.
Don't even get me started on freaking NordVPN, my guy. I will go off. I will go off.
NordVPN for gamers.
What's the other one? Heroes Clash.
Guys, I think we should start a session. This session we are sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends.
Oh no, that's it. Red card.
Raid Shadow Legends, the place to be.
I love sponsorship ads that are like low key shitting on the product.
Yeah.
When they're like clearly they don't want to do it, and they're like, yeah, so I'm paying my bills with this one, guys. What's up? Sponsoring this ad this time. Fucking Raid Shadow Legends, let's get it. Download it, I guess. Sure, I don't know. I don't play it, but have fun. You do you, man.
I haven't played it personally.
And you're like, I don't feel like I was just sold this ad.
Okay, we're starting. Before I lose all my voice laughing. Welcome back to Chronicles of Lorei'an, where a bunch of us fucking...
That was all a joke. If you would like to sponsor us, I love you. I will sell my soul to you. I swear to God. You can have everything I own.
Do I smell a multi-class coming out?
Warlock, Vince. Warlock of Raid Shadow Legends.
Okay.
Xavier just pulls out an iPhone.
Okay. Everyone mute yourselves. We're done.
Welcome to Chronicles of Lorei'an, where we kill sharks. We save sharks, kill hags, and get our family members splattered over cave walls.
That is quite rated, by the way.
Okay, we're going
Guys,
to
the
do
shade-
silence.
The shade wasn't thrown at me this time. What is
Wow.
this?
Yeah.
The shade wasn't aimed at me. What?
Last time, Lorei'an, the group of adventurers, had ventured out to sea, to which they had gone in this very ominous-looking underwater cavern, coming across their new travel companion, a Charkin warlock by the name of Davos. Venturing further in the cave, you come across his pet megalodon, Toothy, in which you rescue, made friends with, and thereafter used to devour merrows and saugins that stood in your way between you and the kidnapped villagers of Belran. Venturing further into the cave, you come across this almost magic circle that is drawn on the floor with 3 Lokatha tied, bound, and gagged to the center, and with a bunch of terrified looking fish folk, and 3 Tritons. One who was identified as Davos' father, and his 2 brothers, Garion and Darius, tied, chained, their father bleeding out and on the verge of death, whereupon the 3 Lokatha tied up and bound had revealed their true forms from a clever spell used by our Nesarne, and immediately attacked the party afterwards. Fighting through, eventually defeating these 3 sea hags, one before escaping murmured and shouted of the wrath of the deep sea given form, and how its rage cannot be stopped by land or by ocean, and no one will be saved, even those underneath the waves. Before giving chase, Nepenthe finishes off the sea hag with a cleave of Giant Slayer. And that is where we pick up today. Deep underwater. Where the remains of the sea hag cleaved in half slowly floats and thumps onto the sand below. Lorei'an, what do you do?
I'm going to start swimming back to the captives.
Okay. You see, start weaving your way back across into the room. The arcane sigil drawn on the floor has stopped glowing from the kind of very faint blue glow that had emanated from it during the battle with the hags. It has faded. Around you, you see around 15 to 20 gagged and bound Lokatha, some in cages, others just tied up in the corner of the rooms. They look famished. They look hungry. They look scared, in fear. You see children, smaller Lokatha. You see just all of these terrified fish folk that have been gathered here in this room. And you look to your right, you see Garrett. I'm sorry, you wouldn't know their names. Two Tritons trying their hardest to pull apart the chain that is tying up onto their torso and get to their unconscious family member, it looks like.
Yeah, Xavier didn't follow when the hag swam away, so he's probably like trying to calm people down so that they don't move, so he can cut their chains.
What do you say?
Can you understand me? Hello?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Yes.
Okay, hey, we got the bad guy. Don't calm. No need to be afraid. Don't move, and I can put you guys free.
You helped sent by the mainland.
Sure, yeah.
Before you untie me, my child, he hasn't eaten in days. Do you have anything you could spare at all, please?
Yeah.
You see a smaller...
Throw rations at people.
Okay. You
get one, and you get one, and you get one.
You see these the smaller looking Lokatha. You see like various types of fish. You see catfish Lokatha, you see goldfish Lokatha, you see like some of the more trout, bass looking ones. Just all forms of these fish folk start nibbling.
I'm pretty sure this is vegetarian, so if any dietary restrictions I should know of.
No, this is very, very thankful. Thank you. Thank you for your help.
All right, good.
They, the circle. A few days ago, they took some people in ahead of us. We were scared it would happen to us today. I don't know. A beam of light emerged from the circle, and they took about 6 through. And the 3 of them came back, but the 6 that went in with them didn't.
Great. Thank you for that. You guys just worry about hugging your loved ones right now. We'll take care of that later. I don't start cutting them loose.
You would take us out of here.
Yeah. We'll watch over you. Can you guys breathe normally underwater, or did they put a spell on you? Is that something I should be worried about and that I should take care of?
You see, this Lokatha, unknown gender, but they look around the room and just look back at you, shakes their head, and swims backwards a little bit and rests with the smaller child at their side.
Okay, wonderful. Then I'll start cutting people loose. As people start, the rest of the party begins to.
Ronax, what are you doing in the meantime?
I am going to be kind of looking at the sigil as I swim over it, and I'm moving towards the anybody that seems injured. I'm gonna try and heal them for what I can.
You see if you actually make a perception check for me.
I forgot how to make a perception check.
Just click on perception in your character sheet.
Let's go.
Oh, natural 20. Look at that. First roll of the day.
Nice.
So with a very even though the battle has ended, you still keep a very vigilant and watchful eye. As you quickly scan the room for anything at all with the bright light emanating from Vorax, showing illuminating the space around you. You see these scared fish folk. They all of them have a number of bruises and cuts. Nothing major. Nobody looks to be in immediate pain. However, the three tritons that are to your right, in the right corner of the room, the most heavily chained. All three seems to be hurting pretty badly, with one that has gone completely still at this point.
I'm gonna have Vorax bite, because I think he should be able to crush the chains.
Just make me a quick strength check for Vorax.
Of course
You
not.
see his fangs grip and try and pull, but these chains, they're very thick, kind of iron
Oh,
chains
buddy.
that are connected to manacles and all of these locks. It's just not coming free.
I pet him, and shit. Let's take a look at this. What else can I do? Oh,
We can have Amabilis pick the lock.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, I'll come back in the room with Amabilis now.
Okay. All of you come now back into the room where all this has transpired. Davos, yeah?
I was gonna have a quick moment.
Okay. I promise I will get right back to you. As the rest of you come back in here, Davos, you come face to face with your brothers Garion and Darius. Your father Tyrius, still. Eyes slightly ajar, floating a few feet away from them.
Davos is at a loss as he comes back to his brothers and father, and he doesn't quite know what to say. Just like, I'm not ready for this. My brothers take Toothy and my father and lay him to rest. I will take care of the rest of this situation, and then I will be back.
See,
we can deal with succession after the emergency is taken care of.
You see Garion, your the middle sibling, the calmer of the two, sort of slumps down, nods. They are still gagged at this point. They have this sort of leather sash tied to their mouths. Darius, the more brash, arrogant, strong-headed youngest brother, like, makes these very angry as he looks at you.
I'm gonna pull
Can I remove their
Yeah.
gags or whatnot? Do I need to make a strength check or something?
No, that's easy enough. You pull it down. Ronax, I assume you pull down the other one.
Yeah.
So these two leather claws binding their mouths come off. Garion doesn't say anything. Darius goes, "What were you doing? Where were you? They kept us here for days."
I was also, trapped. It was only a couple of hours ago that I was able to make contact with the Fathomless and strike a bargain to deal with all of this.
What the fuck happened to you? You sound like my brother. You have Toothy. You talk like him. You act like him. You're not Davos. Garion looks at him with a sharp eye and says, "Darius, let go. He tried."
Nobody feels more guilty than I do.
He was in your arms.
You think I don't know that? You think I don't feel guilt? Do you think I'm not devastated? I'm furious.
I don't know why.
But what's done is done.
If it chose one of us, we would have broken him out long ago. Why you? Turns away. Ness.
Mhm.
What are you doing back outside?
Well, the moment's kind of passed, so I'm also gonna come back in and see if there's anything I can do to help with anybody medically.
Okay. My apologies.
I think Ness has been watching this scene with interest. I'm gonna try to help to untie or unchain. Did you say they were chained?
Okay. They are locked heavily.
Yeah.
You see a few portions of the chain where it's rusted. If you do high enough of a strength feat, you can probably
I take one look at this and think, yeah, this is an Amabilis thing because I see the lock. But to the one who just spoke, I'm going to crouch down and say, listen, I just met your brother, but he did definitely help save everybody in this room. So I know it doesn't help much right now because you was all hurting. But, I mean, it could be much worse, and there might be. The good thing is that the three of you still here to get angry at each other. And I think that you might eventually not be grateful for that. But we're going to get you out of here, and I can help with the burial.
If you don't mind, roll me a quick persuasion check. Not a high, I'm not setting a DC for this. I just want to see how well Ness comes across in this
reason. I think that is rolling.
Should be here any moment. While
down the middle, 12.
Okay, no problem. You see he quiets down a bit. Nods. You see definitely still a bit of anger in his face. But it's true. Could have been much worse. And the three of them are still here. So he sits down. Like slowly, when these bubbles kind of float upwards. Golf, if you could be very kindly roll me Thieves' Tools check for Amabilis.
Okay. Thieves to Lara have the... Yeah, she does.
With deft fingers, Amabilis goes in. And these locks, they're massive, almost the size of her body. So she almost takes a set of tools that are larger than she averagely uses, and she goes in there and like almost with one movement of her hand, you hear these series of clicks, and then the locks come off on both of them. Garion and Daria Seawath now unbound.
I'm gonna use Cure Wounds on one of them.
Okay, on which...
Whichever one looks more hurt.
I'd say about equally, but the one looks more physically distressed than the other, that being the youngest brother, the younger looking one, Darius.
Okay. I'm gonna use level 2.
Okay. Cool. He is back up to about mediums.
I reach out my hand and I say, "It's going to be all right. I know that everything seems horrible right now, but it will get better."
You at least defeated those, whatever they were. You have my thanks for that. Yeah. So.
Did it seem like the brothers were in heavier chains than the rest?
Yes, definitely. Two of them now get up, and you see these very heavily bruised marks on their arms where they had been tied, arms behind their back. Bleeding, bruised. Where it seems that their efforts of trying to move closer to their father at any given moment had weighed quite heavily on the parts of their bodies that had been encased in iron. And they both lay a hand on their father's chest. And they have that moment of silence. Ronax, carrying over that initial 22, sort of going back in time a little bit here. When you had first come back in the room, you also gleamed this very large, two very large chests, at kind of like the northwestern end of the room, and apart from that, also a pile of gold and valuables next to it.
Do you want to bring us back to the map?
I sure can. Let's see if this track will be any good. Hey.
I'm going to kind of nudge Nepent's shoulder a little bit and point my head over to the chest. There might be something of interest over there.
I'm going to disable dynamic lighting on this map and show you the entire thing. Now, you should be able to see. So, Amir helped work on the design of this cavern. I'd kept in secret whichever parts of the story that I deemed important, but the initial layout and where things were placed, she helped out a lot with that, actually. So, thank you, Amir.
Thank you.
I'll take care of them.
I nod and then see if I can get Xavier's attention. Xavier.
Yeah.
We didn't exactly get an opportunity to investigate the circle when we last got caught up by this. I think that we should take a few moments and see if we can glean anything from this.
Yeah, I don't know how there's a connection between these things and the blades, but yeah, sure. I don't know where it comes in.
You can both make
Something.
Arcana. Sorry to interrupt. Sorry. finish your sentence.
No, that's good.
Okay. You can both make Arcana checks separately, or one of you can make it with advantage. I'll leave it up to you.
I'm cool with
Oh.
this separately.
Okay. In that case, make me. Oh wow!
Wow.
That's 2 natural 20s. 14. Okay. There's a look that you share between the two of you. Xavier, you're a bit lost on the design and glyphs encased into this because it's a bit foreign to you. Ronax, your eyes gleam past the foreign aspects of the glyphs written in this circle here, and you notice these drawings and engravings painted with this sort of bluish purple tint in the middle, and the design of the center does not only bear similarities to the circle that you found in the basement of the halls of Nazarick, but is almost a miniature version in comparison. A smaller teleportation circle, or could also be a gate to possibly somewhere else entirely.
I think we've already
Does it-
gleaned that much.
Xavier,
Hi,
Yeah.
Laura.
Hello.
Yay.
it seems as if I don't know that this might be some kind of teleportation circle. Now
Portal?
that I've gotten a better look at it, yes.
Yeah. I mean, this and the other one, I assume, are planar portals to what Yavir, his name was, talking about hells and whatnot. Conquer the hells and then all that.
Why, though? Does it look old? Does it look ancient?
Going off of that natural 20, the paint and kind of like the newer arcane sigils that were drawn on top of it seem new. However, the placement and location and how it's kind of engraved into the rock slightly seem older than the paint that had no, not the paint, sorry, the ritual that had been done to
Yeah, I was like, water paint?
almost reactivate it. As
I
if-
will
yeah, go ahead.
start looking through the. I think as soon as Xavier realizes that he's not going to be of help looking at this, he just knows how foreign it is, he'll start looking through the bodies around the room.
There are no dead bodies here.
What?
Except sorry.
I
Except
mean, they're
for,
hags and all the fishmen.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Yeah.
The hags do not seem to have anything of significance on them.
Oh, you thought I was looting Davos' dad?
Yeah. I was like, wait.
All right, I interrupt whatever he's doing with his father's corpse, talking to him, and start checking pockets,
Like-
looking for an ID. Like, maybe we can figure out who this guy is.
Do you
Return him
fucking
to his family.
mind?
If we get an
Rona-
ID, guys, we can return him to his family safe and sound.
When
yeah.
when Xavier goes to leave, Ronax looks very confused, but kind of keeps sort of talking out loud to him.
Mhm.
It looks ancient. Why would they put something out here like this? Why is this here?
I'm gonna look over as Vernex is talking, because I am curious whether the circle itself is magical, because I do still have detect magic up.
As of this moment, the circle is not magical.
Hmm.
At this moment.
Yeah, I think it's safe. I think maybe they were going to do something to it to make it do things. There's lots of interesting stuff in this room. Because I seem to remember Detect Magic bringing up a lot of.
It is a number of things in the chest and scattered throughout.
If I'll turn to one of the Lokatha, I think it's there, and say, I don't know how long you guys have been here, but you mentioned 6 others being taken in.
Yeah, one of them shakily nods.
It's pretty advanced magic, so it's alright if you don't know what you saw, but was there any activation to this thing? Did it have to do with a blood ritual of any likes?
There was a bunch of chanting. And they had these. I'm not quite sure what to call them.
If it's too much, we can return to this at a later date. But
no, they there were chants. The chants went on for nights. At times. And they would bring these. I don't think they have it on them right now, but they had these effigies. It was grotesque. Just thinking of it. Just bones and blood and parts.
Does this ring a bell of any form of magic that we're familiar with? I assume blood rituals are a thing.
Yeah, could very well have been a component to kind of like a replacement to how the Lorei'an blades had basically slit the throats
Blood,
of all those corpses over the fresh ritual circle.
Right side doesn't seem to be the same route of entry that the blades used, but not so bright side. There are multiple ways to do this shit. So that's fun.
I think Amabellis and I start going through the chests.
Okay. Inside, I'll just go ahead.
That thing is shiny, and then that thing is shiny in a different way.
You find a total of 2, 3, 4, 5 distinct glows in the room, enchantment based on various items. I'll just go ahead and dish out the loot here, just to make things easier. Though you will still have to identify each of them. Collectively, gold-wise... Sorry, go ahead.
Davos is gonna look as they all start, gathering up items, and he's gonna call out, claim whatever resources you require. I will equip myself once we get back to my kingdom. And go back to talking with his brothers after that.
I'll lean into Nepenthe. Was that an understood? I kind of thought we were going back to the surface after this.
We were going back to the boat.
Yeah, I don't really like the water.
We could go. We could.
But we could also go back to the surface.
He's going through a lot. Dad dying is kind of big. I feel like we should go with him.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like we're just gonna be a burden, just kind of be in there and there's a big family. I'm when you go to a friend's house and the family starts arguing? Like that's
No.
just very uncomfortable for them and us.
It's never happened to me before. But
Well, so
I'll take it.
imagine you had a friend and you went to their house to hang out, and then their family just started arguing, and you're just kind of sitting there, very awkwardly, and like you don't have a say in it, but like clearly one side's right and the other, it's just uncomfortable.
I'll believe you.
All of those Luminaris family relative homes you went to. All the dysfunctional, like, extended family of the Luminaris family. Yeah, okay. Inside the chest, Amabilis and Nepenthe, you find a total of 1,130 gold pieces. And a bunch of like collective gems. You find this very nice green, luminescent, bright emerald, and you find a black rock. That's very, very shiny. You find onyx, alexandrite. You find just all of these I'll just go ahead and call it a collection of gems that are in total worth around 600 gold pieces.
Cool.
I'll give you the full list of the gems soon.
Dope.
You also
Okay.
hi. You also find according to the guidance of Nesorne, you find this javelin that's glowing. This looks like a throwing spear of some sort. You find next to it these very shiny pair of silver arm guards or bracers. We just put down bracers. Yeah, thank you. Leaned on top of the second chest is this quite almost medium looking piece of armor that has these beautiful engravings on it. It's a bright shade of aquamarine, kind of deep blue, and gems embedded in it. Very sturdy looking, but also doesn't look too heavy.
Is it leather or metal?
It's metal.
Okay.
And you also find tucked away a little bit inside one of the metal cages is this rusty, old, dark, a little rusted on the edges, metal mace.
Nice.
That's all you find in this room.
Don't laugh at me up.
Cool.
You said there was 5 things glowing?
Yes. So
You said 4.
my apologies. There are also a set
There are
of
2
gloves.
bracers.
There are a set of gloves inside the chest as well, with these kind of metal knuckles, and also very solid looking like grips on the hand.
Depends. I think we have like 4 items for you, dude.
And I'm gonna get my new armor. It's gonna be sick.
Yeah.
That'd be
Do
cool.
you think that there's stuff down here anywhere else, or do you think it's just in here? Because I've got my eyes going for like another. Oh, and it's still going for a bit, but not too long.
What's the range on detect magic?
It's 30 feet. I have to. I think it's 30. It's this 30. So I have to swim around, which Ness isn't stupid enough to do by himself.
I'd go with him.
Yeah.
We can dash there.
Let's make me an investigation check. With
Oh, no.
advantage because Nepenthe is assisting.
Is there any way I can persuade you that might be perception?
This is more of going around and looking. So you can both make checks, or you can make one with the advantage. Because this is taking time
Do
to
you
go
have-
through and
Okay.
yeah.
I'm literally just swimming around everywhere and seeing if something goes.
Okay.
I'm not trying to be clever about it because that's
He's not
bad
looking for a
idea.
deeper angle.
Yeah,
or anything.
you have detect magic up.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be a very high DC at all.
We can do this.
Okay.
Just roll with advantage. You got this.
You can do it. You can do it.
I don't know that you can, but I'll hope for a good roll.
Let's
I'll
hope
keep
for good
detect
roll.
magic in mind.
I've rolled worse. It's
14. Yes,
Okay.
That's above. Good.
It's not bad.
not bad at all.
Mm.
You start swimming around, and start making your way back towards the entrance. You pass the room to the side. That the big Merrill that was controlling Toothy at first. In that room that you guys haven't gone in, you pick up a very distinct glow in that room.
Which one on the map is it?
I will direct you to it. Right here.
Aha. in this object that looks like a chest.
It's a wooden casket.
Oh, okay.
Oh, beans.
Oh, yeah. That might not be good.
In fact, as you approach closer, your detect magic is picking up very, very sinister vibes from it. Whereas the
I want-
glows
Divine-
of magic come off as like bright blue, or in some cases green and yellow, you pick up this very deep, dark purple.
Divine sense.
Mm-hmm.
Right, I'm,
Open it. Open it. Open it.
I want it. I don't know what it
Lara?
is, but I want it.
Yes.
We leveled up at the end of last session. I don't think I remember to tell you.
Okay.
Yeah, so could you do that for me while we're
Sure
kind of
thing,
going
sure
through
thing.
Thank you. All right.
You ready, Nez? Let's get it going.
Can Divine Sense pick up on objects? Or only living things?
I will post the text of it.
Awesome.
It is technically supposed to be creatures.
Okay.
I usually roll. I don't know. I was just saying. I usually roll. It's just presence or anything.
Yeah, presence of
Just-
strong evil registers in your senses like a noxious odor. You get this very, very rotten, like the smell of burnt leaves almost, and charred bones coming from that casket. Nothing living, but a very
In the
heavily, yeah,
In how familiar a sense?
the same sense you got from that skull chalice that Udric drank out of.
But
I'm just giving that to you because you did use Divine Sense on that chalice.
okay, well that could be. I can think of worse things it might be. I am gonna
Yeah,
stop. Yeah, that's not good. I
How
don't.
not good?
I don't think there's a. I don't think there's a living thing in there, or like a person or anything. But whatever it is yeah, that's not good. Oh no,
Yeah, non-living things can give hell too.
yeah, I doesn't know whether we should like leave whatever it is here for like someone else to trip over, or that maybe we should just like bury it without opening it. I don't. Maybe we need like some help. I'm gonna get save it. My brain's hurting.
When Ness thinks a little too much.
Meanwhile, Akil's still doing push-ups on the boat.
Look,
Xavier,
man, you gotta level up.
We found I think an evil box that you bury people in. I've got a bad feeling about it, and I doesn't know what to do about it.
You said that's me? Sorry.
Yeah.
A bad feel. Okay, evil box. Is this
Yeah.
is this like a music box
No,
or like
bigger.
a chest?
Bigger. Not
Bigger.
something something like that you put somebody in to bury someone.
Oh, that's way more. Okay, that's less as good as I thought. Okay, let's follow.
Oh, am I with the pent right now?
Yes, you are.
Okay.
You are
Yeah,
claws
let's go by that
dug
box.
into her.
Okay.
I feel like it's super Rocket and Groot.
Yeah.
Of, like
I
Rocket
don't
hanging
even
off the
feel it at this
side.
point.
Yeah.
We're part
Just
of
scar
each other
tissue.
now.
Your whole arm is just scratches.
He's got a fair amount, so like it makes sense.
Just
I wanna
What is-
touch the box.
No, we're not gonna touch the box.
Box.
I was gonna touch the box.
No, I'm gonna pry the box open with a trident, and then we can look at
Oh,
it.
it's loosely.
No one is touching it.
It's loosely opened. I should describe the box to you. It's this rotted wood, kind of very old-looking pieces of oak. It seems, with the top of it just slightly ajar. Completely pitch black on the inside, which doesn't make sense because there are sources of light in the room and it is shining directly upon the casket, but to where it is slightly opened up, it is completely pitch black.
Oh.
I'm just gonna. I'm gonna-
Sharky is ominously following everyone.
This
What?
massive shark
Does he
snout,
have to
like,
Why? Does he have to be right behind me? I go right and Sharky follows. Just back. Can you go back?
he smiles.
Back.
I'm gonna push the lid off.
Okay. You walk up to.
But like with the end of my trident, I don't touch it.
Okay. So sort of like sliding the lid open on like a container of very old rotten food because the smell coming off of it is unbearable. The lid slides off and impacts the stonework of the cave with a soft thud. On the inside, you find this. You don't know how to describe it. It's a corpse crucified on a wooden pole. The pole itself also very rotten, and it has these bugs and worms crawling in and out of it. This corpse is barely skin on bones, eyes sunken, mouth agape open, looking in pain. And there is this jewel, this purple amethyst, that is embedded on the chest of this corpse.
Like no armor, just like in its chest.
Yeah, just
And it not like
embedded in the chest.
skeletal. It's like skin and shit.
Yeah.
Cool.
Right.
And it's got
Can I take a jump?
seaweed and barnacles and just all sorts of.
I'm gonna look in the pants and just be like, I'm gonna take the gem.
Not with your bare hands or not.
Yeah, I have gloves.
Do
Go save it. Go
Clearly.
save
Wrap
it.
it up immediately.
Yeah.
this
I know.
looks like not a good.
I don't think it's good.
I'll
but-
I think that there's a thing that I can do, but it's going to use up some of the power of this, and I'll pat the a few of the beads of the rosary that wrap around the staff.
What does that do?
Yeah, so like, I think that if somebody has done something bad to that, so that we do something bad to other people, I feel that I could use some of this to like make it stop. Or like if it does something really bad to you, like I could probably might be able to fix it, but I don't know.
Do you know if that would take away what we can learn from it?
Oh, you're talking to me. Yeah, I don't know. It's a like big evil emerald gem thing.
Xavier,
Amethyst.
Yeah.
what's your alignment?
Lawful good.
Okay.
Wait, no, chaotic good.
Look, I think it's just better to get rid of whatever this thing has, okay?
I would agree if this wasn't the second time we've run into this magic. At least in the
The
cave.
last time we lost someone because they touched it.
Yeah, but now we're in a cave where I'm at a dead end. So, also, I have no magic. I can't really do anything. If I get possessed, you guys just stop me. I touch it.
Oh my god, I'm gonna kill you.
As soon as you reach in and your fingertips impact the corpse, it gives way to like this soft mulch that
With
caves
gloves.
inwards.
Just saying.
Yeah, it caves inwards
Clearly.
into the chest, and this chest collapses in on itself as you like have to dig through this gooey, icky murk to get to the gem. As you
I have
pick
like
it
a
up,
cloth out that I wrap it up in as I grab it. But-
Um,
Detail.
all of the
As you
pieces
do.
of a rotten flesh, just almost like water on oil, just come apart from it. As you pick it up, the gem is completely untouched by all of the filth that was in the casket.
As he's doing this, I do turn to Nepenthe and say, "He does know what he's doing, right?"
I wouldn't go that far.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have this ready, and I'll wield the quarter staff.
Moment
I
goes
like the
by.
idea that it's not even like you're not writing a spell, you're just ready to bonk him on the head.
It's going to be a very powerful bunk.
A
Yeah.
moment goes by. Another moment goes by. Stare at the back of Xavier. As you look closely on this deep, dark purple gem.
I grab it and go,
Nothing happens.
No, that's good.
Don't ever do that again. We need to have a talk.
I think he's
Put that
laughing.
thing away so we can get out of here, okay?
Yeah. Okay. I wrap it up real good and put it in my bag.
Cool.
I just grabbed.
It's
I just latch
totally
onto
fine.
myself again and swim back to the group.
And I'm left alone. Roddy, what happens?
No, you're with
You pouch the purple amethyst.
Okay.
All right, my God.
I'm gonna stand there and look at the casket. Use one more divine sense. As whatever it is, has it gone now?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is it on me?
I really hope he knows what he's doing.
Is it on me?
Good thing Xavier is the one to touch that and not someone else. Just saying.
Oh, what?
Cool.
Am I special? Am I the chosen one? Roddy.
It was meant to be.
It was meant to be. You regather yourselves back at the entrance of the cave. All of the fish folk that had been tied up are kind of herded down with you. Garion and Darius, in their arms is the body of Tyria Siwa, standing next to your side, Davos. What do you wish to do next? Sorry, let me just change the soundtrack back from the sinister Lovecraftian evil that I've got playing. Cool.
Davos will look to the party and actually wait. Before we leave the chamber and everything, can I communicate with my patron at all to figure out anything about the circle?
After the series of whispers and noises that you've heard while in the cage, nothing has yet come to you after that moment.
Okie dokie. I just thought I'd ask.
So, even after a thorough search, does not seem to be another exit or anything left. You feel like this cavern is thoroughly searched to the best of your abilities.
Okie dokie.
See, 15 to 20 fishmen, shivering, kind of huddled up with each other behind you.
Can we warm you in any way? I put an arcane fire next to them.
No, and you figure they're shivering more of anxiety and not.
Yeah, I
cold.
know.
Yeah.
I light them all on fire.
Davos looks to the rest of the party and says, "You are welcome to come with me or return to whatever you were doing beforehand. I'm going to see to my people and to my family."
See, Garion walks up to just the Ness in particular, but the rest of the party, and says, "Thank you for coming for us. Might I ask, and extending whatever kindness is left of the Siwa family. Where is your destination? Where do you intend to go?"
You know, we're just traveling. Wait, we're supposed to go to Reuben Ridge, right? Was that the destination?
I thought we were supposed to investigate something else here. That was unrelated.
There's like some underwater ruins or something, right?
Do you need me to update you as the DM?
Yeah,
It's been a few. It's been a few. So
I remember, but Ness isn't great at this.
yeah, sorry, it's been a few. So
It's been like a good 2 months since we got this quest.
yeah, the task that you had gotten from Sir Ramir Kaldin was to visit the fishing village, in which you did, and also investigate why the local sea life has disappeared entirely from the Azuran coast, and following the earthquakes, and like the source of the disturbance of nature within that immediate vicinity, which also proved to be a good opportunity to survey and investigate the ruins, not really ruins, the series of ruins of civilizations that sunk to the bottom of the world sea as records for the Cobalt Soul.
Are these... Do people know about Triton civilizations, like underwater civilizations? Is that a known occurrence?
You already made a check on this, I believe, last time. Yeah, it's fairly known that there are civilizations of people that exist underwater.
Okay, so the ruins aren't in reference to these people's society.
I'm actually gonna have you make an additional history check on that.
Can I assist?
If you want to compare notes, yeah, sure. I'll give you advantage if you assist.
You can have advantage.
All right. That's a natural 1 and a natural 2.
Holy shit. You find a fair bit of difficulty to exchange notes underwater.
Your paper is ruined immediately.
This is why lamination is important.
To protect your scholarly work, you did leave behind.
Yeah, we're not taking shit out.
You did leave behind your notes on the boat, so.
Yeah, we're just talking.
Yeah, it's difficult.
Comparing notes doesn't mean physical notes.
Yeah, it's just a bit difficult to think of anything at this moment in time.
Hey, are your people like? Do you guys live in ruins? Is that?
We do make use of the remnants of a prior civilization. Makes it a
Okay,
lot
I got.
easier underwater.
I think that we do. We have to go with them. Is that the new plan?
I would really like to go with
I
him.
think we're gonna go.
Okay.
Ronax looks like
Shouldn't
visibly
we?
excited.
I feel
Yeah.
like we should be getting these people back to their home first. Is that a bad sense?
I think if we get them up to the ship, then he can take them home and come back for us.
Okay, that's fair.
Or at least they can be on the ship.
Yeah.
Oh, the boat is nowhere as large enough to carry 20 additional fishes.
Okay, so
Is there any submarine ship-like thing in this cave?
I'm telling you guys,
Gestures
let's steal
too
another
sharp?
ship and have 2 ships.
you find a very
Oliver
large
helps himself.
log, but that's
Natural one. Guys, I think if we
Wow.
if we take this hog and bring it back up, we can dry it out in the sun and then attach it with a rope to the back of the ship, and then it can act as a floating device that we have all of the mer people, fish people. Look at the hanging on to, and then as the boat travels forward, we pull that along with us.
You
Yeah,
think
sounds like a perfect plan to me. And then I look at the fence.
We can
I think this could
No,
work.
actually.
I think I've got the math figured out, guys.
head back to the boat and have Sir Ramir Calden send them back. Or guide them back.
Xavier,
Well-
I love the way you think, but not at all.
I don't know. I think we're really missing out. We're missing out on a really great opportunity, guys. We could
Hey,
patent this.
Rati,
Yeah?
how far away are these people's houses and whatnot?
A day.
Yeah, the party has been there before. It is right on the coast. It's a day away.
Okay.
Yeah, you are still fairly close to the shores at this point. Almeria Liz, however, is about 5 days away.
Okay. I just wanted to get my scale of what's going on correct in my brain.
Of course.
I'm just saying, guys, we could patent this and make a lot of gold. I think this is a bombshell of an idea.
All right, enough.
Yeah.
Here's your gold. I'm gonna start splitting up the gold that I collected. It's
Yeah.
161 for everyone.
Thank you.
Well,
Should we take like 11 off of that for everyone and give it to the people? So that they can. Because the village has been like super fast and everything.
I'll do new math.
No, just everyone gets 150 instead. So
Okay,
161 cut down by 11 for everyone. We'll get.
77 gold for the community.
You can add Ronax's share of that to that pile.
Dude, you an artificer, you need gold. It's a whole class.
You see the fish folk, that you kind of give a palm of gold to each of them in their hand, and they look taken aback, by the overwhelming act of kindness that has been displayed before them. This is probably more money than they make in a year.
Yeah, that's why. Rolex, you can. I don't think you need to.
I want to.
Just have.
That's your call.
Yeah.
Let me. My brain is doing brain things. Sorry.
Of course.
I hate when it does that, man.
Yeah, right.
So annoying.
Oh, okay, that's really small. Darn. Okay.
All right.
Question for you.
Mm-hmm.
The time that we spend here, like basically freeing everyone, patching up wounds, that sort of thing, can that count as a short rest?
I will go ahead and count that in as a short rest for you.
Cool.
So here's the thing I could do. I assume the ship travels fairly slowly.
It's a small boat. It could go faster.
I can turn into like a whale, and then kind of drag the ship faster, so that we get back there with all the people. Or I can just like carry people on my back, guys. I can turn into a whale. Isn't that cool?
It's pretty neat.
Have you always been able to
Davos
do
just kind
that?
of
I
looks at
feel
you and is like, I mean, yeah, okay, do that.
Well, like not right now. I have to sleep, and then I can turn into a whale. I've been working on some notes, guys. I think I got it. I might not turn into a whale. We'll see. Hopefully, it works.
I feel like I would have remembered if you turned into a whale.
Well, we haven't been in the ocean before.
Do you even know what a whale looks like?
Oh, that's true.
I have diagrammed
No, it's
many a
not.
whale in my research for this spell.
The study
I've also
of
diagrammed
the study of
monkey.
marine biology is famous in the Luminaris household. I
Is
just
it bigger or smaller than Amabilis?
Imagine Sharky but bigger.
Oh, it's a lot bigger. Oh, yeah. No, I would have
Okay.
noticed that.
Yeah, we can't be friends anymore, Savior.
We can't.
Not like that.
Like what? Wait, did I imply something? I didn't mean to imply anything. If I did, I don't. I'm sorry if I have slighted you.
Well, I'd never expect a food to be bigger than me.
I assume it's a joke, but I'm also sorry if it's not.
remember when like you tied up that Sahagin back at the coast and Mavilius just went, "I will eat you."
She's
Ben is
scary.
trying so hard not to laugh.
Mavilius,
I think Xavier is in utter like existential crisis. Like, is it a joke? I can't read her, guys. I can't read her.
Mavilius, you and Toothy share this very intense stare at each other, and then you break. And then Toothy pretends to like not see you, like he was just looking somewhere else, you know.
I mean, his
He
eyes
has
are on the
weird
side of his
360-degree eye range. He can see her.
Shark fact number 3.
Shark Jack. No, that was last week.
That was number 3 though.
He turns his tail towards the small cat.
I lean into the Amabilis. Careful, he can still see you.
I'm pretty hungry right now.
Do we eat the shark?
Just to sort of
You and me, I think we could do it. I turn into a whale. I could probably eat him.
Whales don't eat sharks.
I'm sorry. Are you the one that has done the marine biology?
No, but I'm also not the one who suggested dragging a log behind the ship.
I still think it's a patent. Look, original ideas are sometimes kind of hard. Okay, everything's been taken already. Ships, galleons,
Okay,
other
enough.
ships.
Somebody is suffering from
We
blood
should just
loss.
leave. Okay, we've been here long enough.
A game today, guys. Jesus Christ.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and move
I'm
this
in
along
a-
as to not
I'm in a
linger
very
at the
big
cave
mood.
mouth for like an hour.
As all of this is going on, there is something else I want to be doing. But carry on.
Okay. Well, you can go ahead and do that first because I was about to move the party back up to the ship.
Okay. So as everybody's been debating about how many logs to attach to the ship, Ness will gather up the bodies of the sea hags and bring them out of the cave, and be like lay them down in a row, and be like, I doesn't really have anything to bury the 3 of you, but I figured that you can just sit here, and then the sea creatures will take care of it, and then your bones is gonna lie here. I'm gonna look around and see if there are any, see if there is any life at all to be seen around this area now they've gone?
Answer's pretty obvious, but you can go ahead and make a perception check for me. It's pretty obviously noticeable in the distance that there is no immediate life around you. However, you may be able to glean something with a high enough roll.
Perception. That's 21.
That's high enough. Still no fishes or any sort of obvious aquatic life. However, you see these clams that are on the ground, things that couldn't have moved out of the way. These shells, these clams start opening back up.
Yeah. Hello. 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 Hello.
Davos looks at Ness and is like, "Are you greeting the clams?"
Yeah.
Actually,
Is it rude to do that?
no.
I have to admit, I've never talked to clams before.
Well, they're usually pretty shy. They tend to clam up.
God damn it! No! No!
Okay.
Oh. Do you know that makes a
That
lot of
was-
sense now that I think about
No,
it?
Ness, that was
It was a
something you'll never talk about what just happened. To anyone.
Okay.
Not even to yourself.
I've never heard of clams. There's no such thing.
There you go. Ness, that actually brings up an important question. If all the sea life underwater are being persuaded in some fashion to leave the area and go somewhere else, I assume that's an instinct instilled into all the animals. If you normally can talk to animals, I really don't know if clams count. But if you could kind of ask them,
Oh, they can hear me, but I might not be able to listen back.
okay,
I can sometimes hear them back, but it takes a little bit of effort out of me, and I might need a rest.
One of the
all right. Well, tomorrow, do you think you could talk to the clams and see if they have some instinct to go a certain direction or anything? Because they can't move, so if they have the instinct instilled with them, they would still have it, just not be able to act upon it.
Is it okay? I'll turn to Davos. Is it okay if I talk to the clams if I keep it a secret?
You can talk to the clams as much as you like.
Oh,
You've
no, I'm
earned that
confused.
right in my eyes.
Yeah, I'm honored.
You swear one of the scallops that are at your feet turn to you and like give this little fart bubble.
I'm going to quickly turn away and say, it's not just me, right? It feels better here now that they've gone. I'm talking to the necklace. Yeah.
I'll turn to Davos and say, he's just talking to his necklace. He's not like he's not crazy.
Camera went off. There we go.
I think everything's going to be better here now, and I think that these might be the thing that was causing the fish problems. But it's done now.
That's reassuring to hear.
Yeah.
About the did I find anything of note on the hags or the other fish people?
The hags, no. They have these like conch shells that are like wrapped around their necks, and they have these like barnacle and very old rotten wood scepters that you assume was used for casting spells, but apart from that, nothing really on them.
Does all their magic seem inert? Anything on them that seems standing out still?
Let me, in fact, double check for you because it would be an awful waste to miss out on a good
That
magical
loot?
item.
Do I just get an all-powerful eye?
Yeah, nothing on them.
Okay.
Sorry.
Did that one fish person that cast lightning bolt on us? Did he have anything?
It was one of the hags that
things
did that.
stand out?
Yeah.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
No, we killed him. No, the first
yeah.
lightning bolt that I counterspelled.
Oh, the Marrow. He had.
I realized that
he had the
it-
Trident of Fish command that was
Okay.
rightfully returned to Davos.
Okay, just
Yeah.
making sure. That's it.
So, Nasyambar, you now start to slowly surface back out of the kelp forest. The seas itself still as quiet and eerie as you remember diving down onto it, until a few moments go by. As on top of the boat, our bird boy, doing sit-ups and like punching shit, like Tiber goes, "You have not been sitting still for but a moment since they left." Akio?
Hello, I'm asleep now. What was that again?
You were in the middle of some very intense training, and then Tiber interrupts saying, "It's been about half a day. Are you sure your friend's alright?"
I think I'm sure because I think they've seen harsher situations. They'll be alright.
Been through quite a bit, huh?
I mean, I think last night we saw some kind of an eye thing. I think it's a beholder or something.
You see, he like raises an eyebrow and like puts his spear down. You found the beholder.
I'm not sure actually because I never met a beholder before. I just heard it from a story.
I'm pretty sure if you found one of those, you wouldn't be talking to me. But who am I to judge the
Yeah,
skill sets
we
of fellow
just-
adventurers? What is your name?
My name is Akil. Yeah.
Akio? No last name?
I wasn't supposed to use the last name.
Fair. I do wish that, however your companions are doing, as he, in the middle of the sentence, you hear these series of splashes on the surface of the water as the rest of Nasyambar emerges from the water, along with this massive fucking shark, and like a whole swarm of fish people. Tiber goes and grabs his spear, his shield immediately runs up to the edge of the boat. You see Ramiro
Oh my god, you guys are back. I'm kind of worried.
Stay with us. It's all right.
Yeah.
You found all that under there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
It's a
thing
big
safe?
Big place.
That thing safe?
Yeah.
Sort of.
It only
Not
bit us
really.
once.
It ate me. Why are we saying he's not safe?
He got back.
I said sort of.
See,
He's
he
safe. Come on, get up there.
relaxes his
Um,
demeanor.
What happened?
Do you cast exposition?
And then we catch him up.
Ness, by the way, is gonna climb heavily up the side of the ship and then just spread eagle on his back. Yeah, the up is much harder than the down.
You see standing in a row a wet Ness, like the pens with all of her hair, like ring girl, the girl from the ring, like draped out of her face, and a very sad looking Amabilis.
Here, let me help you guys. I'm gonna fly up and flap my wings.
Oh no, that just makes it cold. Oh.
Okay, Babbles is just shivering, shaking.
I light Dawn on fire.
See, Sir Ramiera Caldin walks up. Oh, good day. Good to see you, by
We found your people.
It looks overboard, and sees. Oh dear me. You
Yeah, I don't know how
seem
we're
to
gonna
have,
get them all.
as you notice all the fish people that have come up from the surface now look, and you see they start to whisper, Sir Ramiera Caldin, Sir Ramiera Caldin, it's all gonna be okay. And see, he walks up to the edge
It's very
of the boat.
suspenseful music.
I know.
At the moment.
It seems like something's about to happen.
I really,
It's like it's like an adventure movie montage.
The music is called Charge Fearless Warriors, which is not at all fitting for this moment.
I'm sorry. We rescued them, broke them out, and now that they see Sir Ramiro Calden, they're like, "Oh, it's gonna be okay."
yeah. I really wanted one of them to be like, Sir Emil Colden. Why wasn't he helping?
You see, he
Right?
walks up to the edge of the boat and like holds a fist up to his chest and says, "'Tis fine. Everything will be okay. You are all safe now. I will protect all of you." And they all start.
All
like,
right, let's not just blatantly lie.
I'm gonna. He like is like standing near the edge of the boat, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna walk to like the other end of the boat and just hip check him
Okay.
in the water.
You see, in the middle of the sentence, he goes, "These are my fellow traveling companions and those of service that I have hired to come and rescue all of you from." And he and through the water.
Sorry.
You hear this very like golf crowd gasp where they all like simultaneously go.
Sorry. The boat rocked. I'm not used to it. My bad.
He comes back up to the surface. They
Water's nice, huh?
Choice, yes. I was feeling quite dehydrated. Thank you for that. Noseamba, this is the fellow villagers of the fishing village of Belran.
Yes, we've met.
Yes, good. Fishing village of Belran. This is Noseamba.
Yes, we have also met.
I am going to stop talking now. And you see he climbs back up and like very quickly darts over to Xavier. No, sorry, to Ronax, and he like puts a flipper up and says, "The deal that we made, I'm still accompanying you to the deeper depths of the ocean. Am I?"
I believe that we should perhaps focus on getting your people back to where they belong first, and then we can have a discussion. And we can have a deeper discussion about it. I believe that we might have found somebody that might be able to help us.
Like looks over and sees 3-4 tritons. Looks over. Well, I suppose if you've gone ahead and found guides to the bottom of the sea, I can, in payment of you saving my hometown, bring these people back to Belran without you having to worry. Your task comes before my own personal wants. And he's like gritting his teeth? Do fish have teeth?
Ooh,
Yes.
fact. Do fish have teeth?
Yes.
I mean, are we Nat Pod? Is this official? Are we making it lore?
Do Lokatha have teeth? He has this
All
very like
fish have
scrunched
teeth.
up facial expression. He says,
Do Grung have teeth?
"Do Grung have teeth?" I can I can go ahead and bring them back. You need not trouble yourself with this. They need a leader. I've been
Okay, you can just
serving
say you don't want to go underwater.
I don't want to go back to the shore. I personally want to come down and look at everything.
Insight check.
Make an insight check.
I'm so confused at everything that is this character. 2.
He just seems to
Oh,
seems to
okay,
want
cool.
to yeah.
Great.
He's like
need,
a coward, but not. I'm so confused by him.
Yeah.
Isn't that a
Such an
mystery?
enigma.
He's inspired
This
by one
character
of my
makes no
favorite
sense.
characters from One Piece. But probably none of you have seen that show. But he like nods and says, "Our contract does indeed come before my personal wants, and the sea does seem quite dangerous. At least as of now, things have come to light, and I will escort these villagers back to the village of Lorei'an. However,
How?
I know the way. We can swim there. Or if you could lend me some aid in bringing them back, that would be much appreciated."
Are they in the condition to swim?
They look to
Like
be.
I'm sure they physically can, but do we want to? I don't know. I just feel bad putting them through that right now.
Can I ask?
Mhm.
Did you
They would have-
destroy? Did you destroy the teleportation circle you are talking about under the sea?
It was planar travel, not.
I would
yeah.
have done something to the circle to prevent it from activating again.
As best as
yeah.
you can glean, there are no means of doing that if not for like a powerful like shape earth spell to like completely wipe the circle. But as of the moment, seems dormant.
Yeah.
Plus, from judging from what the villagers have told you, requires a fair bit of rigorous process to activate. So
Yeah.
Did you write down the sigils on the circle?
No, we can't write.
yeah, it's underwater.
I'm sure we can remember them now, though.
Okay, can you? I think we should write it right now before we forget about it. I'm gonna hand you guys a paper.
I won't require a check for this. It's fairly engraved into your memory, and you, with relative ease, sketch down the design of the teleportation circle to the best of your memories.
Thank you very much. I'm gonna report this to the dean.
So, Ramir Kaladin has offered to bring the villagers back to the village for you. However, he has been quite insistent that you report all of the findings back to him somehow.
Yeah, sure.
I think, is there any harm in us going back with them and then like sailing back out? Like, are we on a deadline?
Not at all. No.
Yeah, I just feel bad having them all.
I just feel like having Sir Ramiro called in for the rest of this is going to be beneficial.
If anything, the only form of urgency that is on you right now are the 3 Tritons and their worries towards the kingdom that they came from.
Like,
right.
You guys could go ahead.
Yeah, if they would go ahead, we
meet
would catch
them
up
there?
with them.
Okay.
Especially if Xavier can turn into a whale.
For an hour.
Out of character, I don't know this, but it's like 5 days to where they live from where we are now.
Just about, yeah. It's deeper, much further into the ocean. Would require a fair travel's distance. However, if you want to escort everybody back to the fishing village, it is only a day's travel from there. You can rest at the coast and then come back out if you want.
I think that
And would that be a safe travel on the ship we have now? I know you said it's not that big.
And not everybody will be able to fit on top. However, if you with Toothy there, and with kind of the 20 or so Lokatha are like expert swimmers. so they could theoretically follow alongside the boat and make their way back to the shore.
They're expert swimmers and haven't eaten in weeks.
True.
And
I meant more like, would our ship be safe to go that far into the ocean later?
Okay, I understand what you mean. Tiber seems pretty confident in the abilities of his ship, yeah.
Okay.
does he want to? I feel like he's accomplished his task.
Make an
I'll ask.
make a perception check for me. That was an
Okay.
interesting thing that I wanted to point out earlier, but I forgot.
9. I
That's
roll like
that's
garbage.
performance,
That's
buddy.
performance.
Xavier
Oh.
starts dancing pretty like badly. That's
I mean,
better.
the first roll was a 3, so if you want to take the first roll, it's a 6. Otherwise,
It's okay.
21.
It's the wrong check. It's cool. One of the perks of having roll 20. You look far distant into the horizon, and you see a couple, not to where you would get there anytime soon, but there are storm clouds on the horizon. Not to the side where you would go back to the coast, but further into the ocean, there are these like gray storm clouds. And throughout this conversation, Tiber has just been staring at it.
Rothy, out of game, can you explain to me, so I understand it, why we can't put the fish people on the ship?
It's too small.
Okay. I mean, how many of them are there, and how big is it? Is this ship like much smaller than I was thinking?
Yeah.
Yes, it is. It's a keel boat. So like up top, small deck, wheel, and then below there is only about one set of bunk beds, one closed off room, and then the rest is just storage space.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought it was way bigger than that.
But is it a case of like there wouldn't be like places for them to sleep, or they physically wouldn't fit on the deck?
They would fit.
Oh,
And now that you talk, now that you're saying they would fit, how it would be a very uncomfortable squeeze.
Because you've
Also-
with like a tender boat that has no downstairs, you can fit 80 people on it.
Is that true? Okay, things may have not
yeah, I
made
was gonna
sense in
say
my mind.
you can kind of squeeze people onto boats,
That is a very interesting proposition.
especially
yes.
look at they're pretty small, right?
Yeah.
It'd be a tight fit.
Okay,
but-
so remember how my mind can't really make sense of space that well? That was one of those moments. So I'll go ahead and say if you want to put everybody on the boat, you can do that. It will be Tiber will have to clear a few things out, but
I'll also say, do we have Vorax?
you do, yeah.
Can he swim upward?
I was waiting to until everything else was out of the way before I asked that question.
Yeah, I feel like it's part of our logistics of understanding. Does he have to like walk back to the shore?
I was going to ask Toothy to lift him up.
That makes sense, yeah. We'll go ahead and do that for the sake of brevity, yeah.
Like
Vorax
eat him?
hangs- No, like Vorax could have hung on to like the or if Toothy would have swallowed him, and then
I was gonna
belched
say
him back
Vorax.
out.
I was gonna say Vorax could probably like stand on top of Toothy, like climb up his tail.
I won't complicate logistics here too much.
On top of Toothy's back is a robot dragon and a giant shark man.
Yes, sir. Vorax is fairly able to hang on to the back of Toothy as he pulls him back up towards the surface. It's quite a feat to get Vorax back on board. However, it is done just for the sakes of, not discussing over logistics that much.
When we're all kind of settling in, and talking about what we're gonna do next, Nepentha's gonna walk up to Davos. I think we're gonna take them back to their home, and then if you guys need to set out now, we'll come back and meet up with you.
Davos is going to look to his brothers and say, I have rescued, with their help, we have rescued these Lokotha. While I urgently wish to return home, I also feel it is my duty to return these people to their home safely first. If you want to take Toothy and our father's remains back to our city, you may do so. If you wish to accompany us first, so that we may all venture back together, then I would welcome your company.
See, Garion kind of takes charge of the situation. Puts a hand on Darius's shoulder. Darius, while it remains quiet up to now, he is the one carrying his father's body. His still face kind of, your father's, half emerge from the water that they are in. Darius, pats your shoulder and says, if you do feel that sense of urgency, big brother, by all means. This group of people, do they seem like they have the ability to bring you back to us?
They seem like a sprightly young sort. I'm sure they can get me back to where I need to be. And, if not, I'm sure I can swim on my own.
See, he wipes a bit of snot from his snout and says, I'll take care of things at home. Father would have...
I will be...
Father always said you were better off not cooped up in Amirilis. You were supposed to have gone out and seen all those things long ago. It was I who Father wanted to sit. Anyway. As much as I too want to go out and see the rest of the ocean, and for the fathomless sake, maybe land one day. You are meant for that, not us. Go wherever the tides bring you. Hopefully you'll be able to come home soon. Mother is... well, I don't know what I'll tell her.
Tell her that I'll be back in a couple of days. Like I said, I'm just going to return these people back to their house, to their home, and then I'll be back home. From there we will make our decisions, lay Father to rest, and figure things out from there. Even if I do want to explore the world, duty comes first.
Puts a fist on your chest. The official gesture of Amirilis of laying one's trust onto another. You put his he puts his fist onto your chest, and you in turn put your fist onto his. He nods. Go. I'll see you soon.
And I you, brother.
You gained some muscle. Those teeth are... you look a lot like Toothy. I'll see you back at home. Tides keep you safe.
Tides keep you safe as well, brother. And then Davos is gonna climb onto the boat to allow them to use Toothy's substantial mass and swimming speed to get back home a little bit faster.
Toothy extends his snout back up above the surface of the water.
As they're about to head off, I'm gonna roll over, slowly stand up, and then I'm going to go over to Saramir and give him a slap on the back.
Noise was disgusting. I love it.
No!
What's stopping you from going with them?
I just feel a sense of belonging at Lorei'an. These people need me, and when I got back and saw that a majority of them were missing, I realized that research sometimes matter less than people that you are in charge of.
Yeah, I can understand that. I just wanted to see whether you'd realised it was an option.
That was always an option. Sometimes the curious mind can do frightening things to one's sense of family.
Yeah. Obviously.
I want to come see what is down there, but I also want to be there for them. I've grown up knowing these people, and they grew up knowing me.
Yeah, I understand that. Listen, one of my sisters always talked about going and seeing the world and had lots of interesting stories, and she never got to. So just don't wait forever.
I'll get plenty more chances, but when we get back and when you depart, and should my mind be willing, or should require my assistance and services, I will always be willing to come with you.
Yeah. And with that, I'm going to watch the big fish go.
Yeah?
I'm gonna sit next to Amabilis.
Oh, okay.
And I'm gonna hi. I'm going to I'm gonna put my hands up. Now I'm going to do something, and I need you to trust me.
Okay.
Okay. And I'm gonna control my fire to blow dry her.
What? Oh.
That's adorable.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
When I take the big
Does it make any loud noises or whatever?
and she breathes fire onto Amabilis, but it's warm.
You have done this before. You have. This current of very light orange flames come out of her maw in kind of short puffs of breath, and then these longer more permanent flames come out of her maw, and you start feeling this warmth firstly on your face as you close your eyes and feel your fur kind of as if someone had placed a blow dryer in front of you, and all the the slick wet fur kind of all starts to fluff up, starting from your face down to your clothes, and you start to feel less like a very sad kitten after a rainy day, and back to your usual vibrant self.
This feels really good, Ronex. Thank you so much.
You just looked so, for lack of a better word, damp. I thought that I might be able to help. I'm glad that I did not send you. It's a bit new to me to control my flame like this.
Well, thank you for not setting me on fire. And then she's gonna give a little bow while holding her miniskirt.
Curtsy. Toothy, his snout breaks the surface of the water and looks back up at the ship. He gives this very wide, toothy smile back at the party. And Charles can't make noise. But
Is that a shark?
It is. It is a massive, gigantic shark.
Devil says, yes, that is my companion of, well, my entire life.
Never seen one before. Can I touch it?
Well, if you accompany me back to my city, then yes. But for now, he must make haste back to lay my father to rest.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
It's
Toothy,
okay.
like,
You didn't know.
Toothy comes up and he, like, with a very controlled, precise aim, spits a ball of seawater onto a keel. You are
Acrobatic check.
sure, like.
Toothy, that wasn't very nice of you.
Make a, if you want to avoid, make a dex save. Oh, okay, that's fine. We can roll with the 13. Definitely you go as the water pushes past you, and you see Saramia Kalden like peeks up from behind, and he gets impacted by this big ball of water and just goes flying off the other end of the ship. Before they leave, Darius looks back at you, Davos, and says, "Go back soon. We'll tell them this. If the situation does indeed call for it, we'll tell them to send out Magna Ares."
Send out what?
Magna Ares. That's something I will tell you later.
Okay. Okay.
Oh god.
And Toothy, along with Garion and Darius Seawath, disappear beneath the waves, leaving you with these 20 or so Lokatha that slowly make their way on board as they all also pass by Tiber. Give them a nod. Tiber nods back and says, "Glad to see you're all safe. Sorry I couldn't do more. We'll take you back. Don't worry, mate. Don't worry."
I'm gonna help all the Lokatha up onto the ship.
Mm-hmm. Easily enough done. A few minutes go by, and you find yourselves at around late noon, since you left in the morning, ready to make your way back.
I'm going to sit on the bow of the ship.
Okay.
I think that's the front.
Cool. You all get effectively a long rest as you make your way back to the fishing village of Belran undisturbed. And here's where we're gonna take a 5 to 10 minute break and just sort of get situated as you all come back to the small fishing village and kind of unload all of the fish folk, ready to head back out to sea. That very same day, or sorry, that the day after. Cool. To those viewing, we'll be back in about 10 minutes. Stay tuned. Okie dokie. About a day's worth of travel goes by. At first, you crest into the night stages of your travel at sea as the sun starts to set beneath the horizon. All of the people from the fishing village of Belran cooped up in underneath Tiber's ship in the storage areas. He had to shift down a few boxes, move a few crates, but in the end there are spaces for all of the fish people to lie down and get a rest. You see that the demeanor seems to have softened. They have gotten more relaxed ever since coming onto this boat.
Here, honey.
And as the day goes by, you see Tiber looks to the rest of you as the sun starts to set, and he says, are you all still heading back out after dropping these folk off?
Looks like it's the plan.
If I may, a personal request of mine. I know I said I'd lay down my arms and stow the ship away after all of this is done, but it still feels like there's something for me to do. Like my job hasn't quite come to an end.
Then come with us.
I'd be happy to. Lend me and my ship to your service. He looks back at the storm clouds and says, something's been bothering me. Should it be just the kidnapping of a few village folk? Something as powerful as the Guardian of the Coast need not get involved. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
For something...
There's something more.
He nods. I worry that deeper down there may be something the matter. He points off to the storm clouds and says, you see how far those clouds have gotten from the coast? The Guardian tends to stay close to the Azuran, never wandering too far off. Always a watchful eye, always the center of the storm. She has drifted much further out to sea than we are used to seeing.
Then we'll find what's bothered her.
And I will come with you. Thank you. I promise I'll tell you everything once we get to her.
You don't owe us your story, but we'd listen if you told it.
See, he turns back and starts heading back to the wheel and says, his eyes peek through the straw hat and he says, oh, but I already have. And walks back to the wheel.
I just set about undoing ropes and stuff, like I learned last time.
Let me check on the music real quick, make sure everything is... Yes, it is. Okay, cool. Cool. He shouts back from the wheel, do you want to keep going? Or we could potentially settle for the night, put down anchor. Calm tides, it seems.
Whatever you think is best.
Davos says, I would prefer to make haste back to my city, but if you need to take time, then I will take time as well.
By all means.
We could keep going.
Very well. Let's get these people home. And I will go ahead and give you a long rest at this point. As you gather yourselves, 2 volunteers to stay on board and help Tiber out.
I'll help.
Okay.
I'll stay.
Oh, let Amabils go.
Oh, thank you.
Could potentially have
You
all
were
3
free.
if you want. Actually both of you, because he needs 2 people to help with the boat, and Amabis can just stick along with whoever is helping at the time. No problems at all.
I won't take much space, I promise.
That's adorable. Okay, so we have Ronax and Amabilis on board, and anyone else wants to help out for the night?
I will help as well.
Okay.
Seeing
Okay.
as I wish to make haste and help out where I can.
Okay, so the 3 of you, go ahead and make survival checks for me.
I'm good at this.
18, 15, Amabilis. 1 for you.
Survivor check.
Survival, yes.
Oh,
12? We'll go with the 12. Okay.
Why is Renax good at survival?
yeah.
Because some skill.
You, Amabilis, you help keep a watchful eye out. You climb sort of onto the top of the sails and do this very quick glance. You see all but darkness ahead of you. Davos, you kind of keep track of direction of the waves, occasionally diving down, swimming alongside the boat to see if there are any dangers below, coming back up. Ronax, you stand by kind of in front of the hull of the ship, and you take a seat, and just for the first time, you're seeing all of these stars. Up here in the sky, you see all of the major constellations appear before you. Arbor, Draconis, Corvus, all of the major constellations and their positions out in the sky exactly where you were taught. Never having the chance to really sit down and take in the view if all of them were displayed before you. You see all of the skies. You see the North Star pointing you in the direction that you're supposed to be going. Just this beautiful sight in the dark jet black sky ahead of you. The moon now starting to wane back again following the full moon of 4 nights prior.
I could never see these in Desalia. Not like this.
Amabilis. Oh, sorry. Continue.
That was it. You're good.
Oh, Amabilis notices that Ronex was staring in the sky, so she climbs down and says, "It's beautiful, isn't it?"
It is.
Is this your first time?
Not quite, but sort of. It's different seeing them like this.
Well, I once had a friend who I would sneak out in the middle of the night to look at the sky with. And this kind of reminds me of him.
What was his name?
His name was Felix.
Were you too close?
We were very close indeed.
Do you know if he's doing all right now?
I'm not quite sure. I could
Well,
accompany you in watching the stars.
I would be delighted at your company. Perhaps if you asked kindly, although given the previous situation, I doubt he would expend so many sending spells. Perhaps you might be able to send this Felix of yours a message if Xavier were to permit it.
Well, I don't quite know where he is, actually. He went missing quite a few years ago when I was studying in Sarasol.
Oh no. I'm so sorry.
Oh no, don't be sorry. It's been a long time now, and maybe a part of this journey is me wanting to find him. But it's all good.
Well, I can't quite commit to many things, as my future is quite set in stone, as it would be. But perhaps once my graduation is complete, perhaps I would have some time to assist you in finding this young Felix.
Oh, don't worry about it, Ronex. Well, the thing is, you told me once before that you didn't want to leave us, but you have your duties. I just want to make you feel that you belong here too. And maybe watching the stars with you might help with that.
Her eyes kind of go wide a little bit, and Ronax in a bit of an impulsive moment reaches forward and kind of wraps her arms around Ambelis.
Meow.
Meow.
I apologize if this is too much. It feels nice. Thank you.
I'm glad. Well, thank you for today. For your fire magic.
I'd be more than happy to be your blow dryer anytime.
Amalis gives a smile. Well, anyway, let's watch the stars. You know what I usually do? I'd lay down and stare into the sky.
That sounds lovely.
Come join me. And then Amalis slowly lays down.
Ronex lays down with her.
This beautiful moment passes by as the two of you look at stars. Tiber serves as acknowledges and nods and goes back to steering the ship, kind of watching the wind. As night goes by, the rest of you find sleep. And through the rocking of the boat, gentle as it may be, our Nesorne stirs awake in the middle of the night.
What
Ness,
was that? Yeah.
everyone is asleep below decks. You see these fish people cuddled up in small corners with pieces of tarp and blanket pulled over top. You see families. You see mothers, sons. You see all these people, kinship, sharing in a small space, all of them around each other, giving each other warmth and comfort. You see out of the corner of your eye a small glow. Make a perception check for me.
Yeah. Nope. That is a big one. For a total of 4.
This actually works out. Apart from that small glow out of the corner of your eye, you see nothing. You hear nothing. Just the sound of crashing waves and gently rocking in this small boat that you yourself find to be very uncomfortable in this space, this small bed space that you've kind of crawled into, and you feel like you need a bit of a stretch.
Yeah. Oh, that would be nice. And I'll like climb up the stairs to the outside. Still swaying a little bit, but like, yeah. I'm sort of saying to myself, after being under the water, this is not so bad.
Do you say that to yourself or to your necklace?
To myself.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it's a lot of the same. It's the same habit.
Okay. Cool. As you approach the stairs, you put your large hand onto one of the wooden handles and look up. And as you do, you see this pair of bare feet glowing ever so slightly step out and onto the deck of the ship. And you swear, like, you see this very long reddish auburn hair that comes down right to their ankles, and you're not quite sure who it is.
So what? So I just see the feet and the end of the long hair of this person right now.
So you're looking up the stairs, and then there's this like square opening that goes up to the top of the deck, and you kind of come up behind the corner of the stairs to catch the view of the soles of their feet leaving.
I'm going to climb the stairs. I'm not going to be too stealthy in case I startled them.
You walk up, start to poke your head up above the surface of that small trapdoor that leads down to the deck. You see Tiber has fallen asleep on the wheel, kind of nodding away. You see Davos also dozing off on the stairs that lead up to the wheel. You see Amabilis and Ronax holding hands on one of the spaces on the top deck, also asleep. Everybody on this ship seems to have nodded off apart from you.
I do wonder briefly whether Tiber being asleep at the wheel is a problem. And then I look around, and we don't seem to be in any immediate danger.
You don't, because you feel the wind that you have been feeling all this time, kind of against your fur, blowing in a certain direction, and you look up and you see that the sails are pulled taut in the same direction as the winds.
Yeah. I think... Do I see the figure around anywhere?
You look up towards the front end of the ship.
Yeah.
And at the very, very front, you see the shape of a young child. These puffs of very red, long, flowing hair comes down to the ankles. Standing, these long pointed ears. Antlers, a set coming off the top of the head, looking up at the sky. A very, very small girl.
Yeah. I'm going to go and stand there next to her and be like, just to be clear, I'm dreaming right now, right?
No. This is reality.
Hello.
Figure does not answer. Instead, she looks over in your direction. You see these very large green eyes, small lips, small nose, a look of confusion about her. She looks back at the seas and at the skies, and with one small hand, reaches up and places on your very large arm.
Hey. Hello. I'm Ness. But I feel like you know that somehow.
Looks at you and gently tilts her head and smiles.
How familiar does this person feel to me right now?
Just because you're Ness, and you get a feel for these kinds of things that normal people do not, you feel like you've known them for the better part of your journey. I'm
going to crouch down and like look into so to get to eye to eye level. Are you making the wind go?
Are you the one heading in the direction of the wind?
Yeah.
I only hope that the wind takes us to where we're supposed to go.
Yeah, me too, because that's basically my only idea, and I don't have a good second one.
I felt a warmth after being torn away from the last bit of warmth that I felt before. And then it was dark for such a long time until I felt these drops of water and the warm sea breeze. I don't know where I am.
I'm not the best with names. I will tell you that. We are. Do you know what an Azuran is?
Azuran?
Yeah.
Doesn't sound familiar. She thinks long and hard for a while. Do you know what my name is?
I think so. I would be you know, like I've never been the best with names, and it's always a little bit embarrassing when you say someone's name and then it's wrong. You promise not to laugh at me if I get it wrong, yeah?
Why would I?
I think your name is nature in my language, or Melora.
See, her eyes go wide. Looks at the stars, at the seas back at you. That rings a vague, distant memory.
Yeah. Did you want to see like the I saw the Amabilis climbed up in the thing that they call a crow's nest, and she said I asked, and she said there weren't any crows up there, but she said there was a good view.
I can already see everything from where I'm standing. Do you feel it the way the seas extend outwards beyond reach, and the lands that connect to them, and the clouds in the sky, and the winds? I'm starting to feel a vague sense of familiarity.
Yeah. The sea is a lot bigger than I was expecting. Well, hold on a second. I'm going to close my eyes and try and feel the same. See if I feel the same thing that she's talking about.
You close your eyes and focus. As the winds blow, you feel the gentle breeze of the ocean, of the open sea, the crashing of waves on the hull of the ship. Ship rocks ever so slightly. And you kind of get it. That connection to not just land and trees, but to nature itself warmly greeting you in this starry night. And you open your eyes, and the touch on your arm disappears, and the girl disappears. Instead, where she was standing on the floorboards of the ship is your necklace, that now that you reach up to your chest seems to have disappeared from your chest, and instead now is on the floor.
I'll reach down and pick it up. I'm going to give it a good inspect to see if it's grown anymore.
The sprout that had come out, that had peeked out of the small locket-like structure of the necklace, has grown a flower. This white petal, very pale, weak-looking flower.
Listen, I don't know whether all the Amals was wrong to keep you like locked up and safe all those years, or whether it was just waiting for the right time. But if they was wrong, I'm sorry, and I'm going to put it right. I think.
Tiber nudges awake and, sorry, did I? Oh.
We caught a good wind.
It seemed to have. Might end up getting there earlier than we thought.
Yeah. Do you know what? I think I can see the advantage of traveling like this. It's not like makes it much easier to go where the wind's going. I'll put the necklace back around my neck.
Let's just hope the favorable winds carry us on throughout the night.
Yeah. Does you need any help steering that thing, or is you good?
Fairly comfortable.
Yeah, let me know if you want me to wake anyone up.
Let them rest. They've done plenty.
I'm going to go and try and get into my hammock again.
It takes you 20 minutes. As ship rocks and you're the rest of you fall. The rest of you wake up a few times during the night to the sound of loud thudding.
Yeah, I get up, I help Ness into the hammock.
Even with 2 people, it's a gargantuan task as you try and help this massive furbolg into this like series of nets that are used for fishing that is like haphazardly hung up on 2 poles. However, the rest of the night does indeed go by, and the morning comes with the rise of the sun on the eastern horizon. And a few more hours go by in the morning as you all stir awake. And you start to see now a vague coastline to the east.
Oh, I missed the land.
See Tiber rings the bell to wake everybody up. It says, "Land! 2 or 3 hours should bring us there. We're home." The rest of the fishes start to come up onto the deck and rub their eyes. One of the smaller Lokatha in Aquan says to her mother, "Are we finally back?" And she says, yes, we are. We're safe now." And these 2 hours go by. The ship eventually docks at the fishing hamlet, and everybody starts to get off the top of the boat. It is early morning. No, it is almost noon. Or almost noon at this point. Late morning. And your feet touch land.
Oh, that feels good. That feels good between my toes.
I just had a dream of a fish massacre.
Oh, I would probably keep that to yourself.
Amaryllis. We can, and like Ronax leans in really close to Amaryllis' ear. We can go fishing later, okay? I'm also feeling a bit famished, all right? But I don't think it's wise to be talking like that in front of all the people that they are all fish. I understand that you're hungry, but we shouldn't be doing this right now.
The mouse gives a really wide smile. The ooh.
Uwu.
Yeah.
Okay. You all take a moment to stretch your feet and feel the solid comfort of ground. You can, like those of you who've never been at sea before, you swear it's still rocking. Even when you're on land, you still feel like this wavy sensation.
I'm gonna feel so nauseous that I'm gonna vomit out somewhere.
And then Kyo goes off the dock.
Can we go to some inn first? I feel pretty sick right now.
I'm sure they have an outhouse.
Yes, there is. And that's where Khaldin comes up. There is space for everybody to rest and relax, and for me to give it some time to think.
I don't know how much time we have.
You're right. We should probably make haste and go back out as soon as we can, but baby steps, correct? Many of your first ventures out to sea.
Do you have a reason that we aren't heading out now?
Not particularly, no. If you wanted the rest, you can always stay. If not, by all means.
Can
you don't
someone
wish to
please
us.
carry me? Please, I'm dying.
You can sleep more on the ship. Come on, we just got our sea legs. Let's not lose them just yet. Alright. Let it out. Okay.
And you're not coming with us?
He ponders for a moment. No. I don't believe I will. These people need me more than the knowledge out there needs me, and you will be going in my stead, so... I doubt that my own... He looks back at the crowd of people and whispers back to you, my own lack of strength will be able to provide any assistance out there. Anyway, much better I stay here and start to rebuild and put things in order. You do have with you a guide, do you not? Looks at Davos.
Yeah, that's fair.
But please be
We
sure to
still
come
need a
back and
captain.
report everything to me. Written or otherwise. Speaking of which, Xavier... It's odd. It's the first time he's said any one of your names. You should probably... That sending stone of yours. I'm sure Master Lawkeeper Io would be curious to know of the findings and what you found down there.
Yeah, I know.
Not telling you how to do your job, just...
I mean, it is what you were doing, but it's fair.
I suppose.
I'm just giving you a hard time, Amir. I appreciate it.
Stay safe. Thank you for bringing me home. And, for rescuing me and not having those horrible, horrible people, make me into a blood sacrifice. He nods and, takes his staff. Walks back to a village. You see, all these people, these, fish folk, standing, waiting at the shores as Sir Miracaldin leaves your party and takes a small can and spritz himself with water. And he rejoins the rest of his village as they're welcoming back.
You go. You go.
Just a small logistical question.
Of course.
Wasn't he the only one that could cast water breathing?
No.
Xavier could.
I can.
Okay, then we're fine. Whew.
Yeah.
I would. I heard Tiber's story, correct?
Yes, sir.
I would like to have a conversation with Tiber.
Of course, as soon as you head back out. I completely forgot, and I just found it in my notes. But the name of his ship, Tiber's ship, is Ventus Ferrum.
This thing has a name when it's that small.
Yeah.
Every boat needs a name, buddy.
I don't know. Rowboats don't.
Quick question of
course.
logistics.
Mm-hmm.
Do any of us know how to operate a boat?
This is a fairly small boat, and with about 3 or 4 people, like helping out, you could effectively help this function. It is why I gave you a smaller boat in the first place, is so that we don't need to spend that amount of time training crew, to operate a larger ship. What's up?
I can't live like this.
Oh, it's just that the
Disrespected.
you keep coming back vertical.
I'm sorry. Please continue.
Oh, hi. There you go. Okay. Go on, Alex.
I just wanted to make sure that we could operate the boat and,
Cool.
steer correctly. Because
If you want,
that
what we could
that would be an impetus for him to come join us and,
yeah,
adventure out. But
it is possible that those of you who are interested, I know Nepend is already going through the process of it, where during the next 6 or so days of travel out on the open seas, Tiber could very well help teach you how to operate a boat and function, even if without him captaining.
Okay.
I could possibly do that.
Okay. So we got people signing up for Tiber's boat lessons, chip lessons. We got Nepenthe. You're learning. I'll just go ahead and throw out like a few positions here on board the ship. You can either be a quartermaster, which is kind of like below the captain, and you know basically what everything is, and you're taking care of the crew. You have the boatswain, the bosun, I believe that's how it's pronounced, who is in charge of repairs and the general maintaining of a ship. You've got of course, the cook who prepares food. You've got the what else am I missing here? You've got the navigator, keeps lookout. Do remind me if there's anything I'm missing out on. I believe there are about 7 major positions. There's of course a cannoneer, but this ship does not have cannons
Yet.
Oh, while we're you
sorry,
go.
No,
You go.
no. Okay, it was gonna be something kind of dumb, but I was gonna say that I want to be the person who like messes with all the ropes and like pulls down the sails and shit.
So like general crew, but of course like I would say a if
First
not
mate.
Yeah, first mate. That's the one I'm missing. Yeah. First mate, quartermaster. Those two are like the higher ups on the ship.
Yeah, that's what I'm going for.
Cool.
Yeah. Because the first mate would also be helping on the deck.
Definitely, yeah. Ronax?
And she got the first mate vibes.
Since we are back at shore for a moment, I would like to collect some things.
Of course.
The components from the extra components that I need to repair Firebrand.
Mm-hmm. And you're going to repair your pistol, yeah?
My pistol is not the one that's broken.
Sorry,
it's
shotgun.
Firebrand.
Yeah, Firebrand is your shotgun.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
You set up, I will say, since people seem to be leaving immediately after docking, set up a small workbench for yourself below decks, where you can spend some time working on Firebrand, or any future projects that you may have on your mind. It's funny. It's a bit nostalgic of the the work desk you had in aboard the Blue Gale. Exactly, but it's not that spacious environment with all the like the boards and drawers and everything that you're used to. It's just a very dumb wooden desk. It's functional, and you have all of your parts laid before you on the floor and on top of the table.
Okay. What did we decide for the checks?
We were gonna do just your tinker tools checks. To a DC of how much was it? Could you look up the
Gunpowder Codex?
The Gunpowder Codex for me? I don't have it with me right now. It's buried underneath some stuff.
I have it.
Okay.
I saved it this time.
Cool. The DC should be like somewhere along the line. That it's if I remember, it's a quarter of the cost that you used to make the gun, along with about 2 days of work, if I remember correctly.
1/4 of the cost of the firearm.
Exactly.
I think we wrote it down.
Yeah, and with your proficiency and all of the bonuses that that being a gunsmith provides from the Gunpowder Codex, you get to cut that in half. So that's 1/8 of your gun's cost for repairs.
Yeah.
You gave away your money.
But no, it's fine. We figured that it was. I have the materials on hand to make up the cost.
Cool. So just go ahead and roll 2 Tinker's Tools Tinker's Tools checks for me for 2 days of work for getting Firebrand back to working condition.
Fuck me.
11. We'll say 2 days have gone by. The wet gunpowder is proving to be a bit of an issue. And all of the clogged machinery and parts that have sort of broken from the water clog. It will take you some more work to get it done, but we'll stick with these 2 rolls for now and say that it's almost at completion. Yeah, good call.
Okay.
Fair call. Okay.
Yep.
Awesome. You head back out to sea. Ready to face the adventures ahead of you once more. Around the 6-7 days of travel remaining for you to get to Davos' city and potentially the area surrounding it for further investigation of the disturbances in aquatic life.
I did have one thing that I wanted components wise,
By all
which
means.
is some silver dust, which might be difficult to find in a fishing village. But I was wondering if I could get Ronex to grind up some silver coin if we can't find it anywhere else.
Easily enough done.
I have Mason's
Ramir's
tools.
probably. Ramir probably has some in his. He has a wizard tower here, right?
You could also take off some silver coins off of yourself and have them ground up if you want.
I'd actually need to change some silver for gold in the town, which I probably have Xavier help me with, so I don't get mixed up.
Yeah.
Okay.
I also have smith tools if that can help.
Yeah. We'll say efforts combined, easily done. You can go ahead and convert any amount of silver you'd require into silver dust components.
Okay, I'll do that.
Yeah. Awesome.
So, sir, that is destruction of currency and it's illegal.
What do Oh, I don't really understand what you just said.
Very strict rules against obstruction of currency down in the underwater kingdom.
Well, yeah, because we can't forge our own.
Nepenthe, you were saying?
I want to identify all the stuff we got.
Okay, that's your job, Xavier.
I do it.
Okay, I do it.
Damn right.
I do it.
I have a question.
Of course.
Hoobly doobly.
For our players, do any of you have ritual spells?
Yeah. Yes.
I do, but paladins don't have ritual casting, so it depends what your requirements are there.
Okay. I was just wondering because my special book allows me to copy down ritual spells and use them as rituals.
Does the person that you're copying from have to have the ritual caster? Do they have to have ritual casting as part of the spell casting ability?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like like Ness couldn't teach him how to do ceremony or anything. Because Ness doesn't have a thing to write down for ceremony. I don't think.
I imagine
It's
it
like
would be
spell-
pretty
spell
easy for Xavier and Ronax too.
Yeah, I mean, I can show him the steps for ceremony. I just don't know how to write it down because I can't write.
Yeah,
The Pact of the Tome is more like in writing anyway, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's the book of ancient secrets that allows you to copy down ritual spells.
Cool.
Says when you find such a spell, you can add it to the book of the spells. If the spell's level is equal to or less than half your warlock level, rounded up, and if you can spare the time to transcribe the spell for each level of the spell. Process takes 2 hours and costs 50 GP for the rare inks needed to inscribe it.
Yeah, so you gotta find that stuff
Yeah,
too.
you need to find the inks associated with copying spells into your book. Okay.
I was just curious because it was the only time that we've
What
had
is that? What did you just pick up?
Oh, it's
It's a staff?
I can't hear you. It's a can. I got it at Spirit Halloween.
That's badass.
Why is it? It looks like the Stark head, but with a ball gag.
First of all, it's a dragon, not a wolf.
No.
Cool. Your adventures on the high seas. You take your first day into the travel. And for this first day, I'm going to need somebody to roll me a D100.
Oh, can I do it?
The music just went.
Can I do it?
Yeah.
Yeah, go.
Oh, also identify. We'll get to that right as we...
5.
The music
That's
got really
awesome.
loud. My apologies.
Yeah, wait, it's going hard.
No, the music is hype.
Yay!
This is
It's
sea
so
travel.
good.
This is sea travel music.
Roll in 2 months.
Oh my god, I'm getting goosebumps for no reason.
Rivalon, I love it.
75.
We died.
Okay. On here it says giant shark.
Wait,
To the family.
Oh god.
How do I
Fish
do
episode.
this? As you start to make your way back, you see actually no, this cancels out because of the lack of ocean life. I can actually make this relate to one of my... Yes, I can. You find on the body of water the carcass of a shark floating. It's not toothy. Don't be alarmed. It's much smaller.
Toothy!
It's like, am I gonna have to go on another murdering spree?
You see these. Let me change up the music very quickly, and we'll return to this as soon as we get this portion done.
can you just send me this in the chat though?
I will. I promise. I've got some dope ass music tonight.
I like the playlist.
Okay. You find this shark carcass. It's much larger than the average shark would be. Some seagulls are circling top of it. And it seems quite a fair bit. What's the word for when a corpse starts to like expand?
Bloat.
Bloat.
Bloated.
Yeah, thank you.
Can I cut off some shark meat?
Yes, you can.
Aurora's face is like, excuse me?
Is that cannibalism?
That's what I was thinking.
Well, no, because I'm not actually a shark. I'm a triton.
But
I
also, like,
wouldn't.
rotten.
It's not necessarily rotten, and besides, I have a ritual for that.
If you want to kind
I
of
hate it.
sort of identify the carcass of the shark, people can go ahead and roll either nature or survival if they want. Solid.
Why am I so weirdly good at that, apparently?
Solid. Cool. Alright. You take some time to go onto a smaller rowboat and go closer to inspect the body of the shark. While the nature of it is bloated and the eye has gone clouded over, suggesting that it's been dead for a number of days, there does not appear to be any wound on its body. Seems to have died, floated up, and is very, very stinky. There are no open wounds, cuts. However, Ronax, you discover a number of very strange, slimy clogs in the gills. You are muted, by the way, Amir.
It appears to have suffocated. Look at this. And then she like reaches down and like scoops up a little bit of the gill goo.
It's this
Jungle.
weird not amorphous, sorry. It's this weird jelly-like substance.
A
Handfuls
semi-solid?
of it, yeah?
Is it a semi-solid kind of creamy substance?
Kind of, yeah.
I'm probably not going to gain anything from this, but I'm gonna like smell it.
It smells
I
like
need to try taste it.
smells like seawater. And in fact, as it stays in your hand and the warmth of your scales warm it back up, it seems to uncongeal and turn back into regular seawater. It's as if a moment seawater itself had gelled up. And there are patches of this all over the body and clogged up in the gills and the teeth and everything.
Davos looks at it and is like, yeah, I'm gonna ask for you to keep that away from me.
Have you heard anything of this, like this before, Davos?
What am I gonna roll here, Mr. Rati?
I actually this would be out of the realm of your knowledge. You've not seen anything like it before.
Okay. Davos looks at it and is like, not in all my time in the sea have I seen anything like that. It's weird, it's gooey, and it killed the shark, and seeing as I am now part shark, I want no part of that goo.
Xavier.
Yeah.
Have you, in your studies, heard of anything quite like this?
I would assume no, but Roddy would be the.
Make an Arcana check.
Can I assist?
Sure, go for it. Yeah.
Now
Would
that
you
you
like
canonically as a marine biologist.
Yeah.
would you like
No,
advantage?
The idea I have for that is just that he had to like study general makeup of these line of creatures. Yeah, like because the way wizard works, it's not like, okay, I level up, I got a new spell. It's like I've been working on this for like weeks, like trying to figure out the intricacies of the spell.
The Luminaris bloodline. Miners, smiths, very wealthy businessmen, and biologists.
Yeah. So he probably just had he has books on him probably of from the libraries of like various creatures.
Go ahead and make an Arcana check for me.
Spell.
Advantage, yes.
My sheet is loading.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, it was not open. 24.
24. The odd formation of this substance and the fact that it turned right back into seawater as it came into your contact leads you to believe that perhaps something killed this shark that wasn't quite the that was able to influence and shape and not only influence and shape but change the form of water to its will. And in fact, this seems to be traces left behind by it almost moving through, and this shark was in the way.
Out of character, didn't we discuss something about the possibility of an elemental last time?
I just have no reason to believe that this tempest isn't an elemental. This whatever this storm is. I don't know why that. I don't know. That's just my first assumption. But Other than that, no clue.
Anything else you wish to glean, investigate at all from this carcass floating out in the ocean?
No.
Davos, yes, you can do the thing that you PM'd me about.
Ooh. Ooh.
It's only okay. Never mind. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
bit, the wording of the spell is
Yeah.
unfortunate. Yeah.
I just realized, like, I looked at the thing and I was like, oh wait, no, it's only supposed to be 3 corpses of medium or small humanoids.
He was attempting to zombify the shark. Yeah.
I don't think that would go well.
I mean, it would be under my control, so
it would be instantly killed.
How much shark meat are we harvesting off of this big boy?
If you were to go ahead and do that, oh man, and I don't have the thing open for food harvesting. You're not proficient with survival. We'll say you gather around, just going off the roll, if there aren't any other rules for this, around 13 portions of meat. It's days old shark meat that is smelly and gross, but 13 portions of it.
Okay.
This is like having a dog and then seeing a poor dog that's been killed on like the side of the road and being like, all right, I can eat this.
Just starts digging it.
Yeah.
Listen, man.
The whole time going.
It's a very odd sight. It's
the entire group is just staring at him like, what are you?
This part shark humanoid, like taking out his hunter's knife and like scraping bits of meat off of this very big shark, and like lopping it over his back into this sack that he's got.
And then I am going to take some time to do this. Boop.
Okay. So as Davos makes his way back up onto the boat, you see he takes mutters some arcane words, waves his hands about, and like glosses it over this bag, and a faint glow comes out from the bag as he purifies, free of poison and disease, this shark meat. Okay, sorry I got distracted there. I'm going to give you the comprehensive list of items that you got for tonight.
Yay.
So, Xavier, as you sit down and start to prepare and cast Identify, close your eyes and trace your hands over the equipment that you got. The javelin, if it wasn't obvious enough, is a javelin of lightning. You also see that the silver braces offer some kind of protection properties. It is a pair of bracers of defense. Are we writing this down?
I think both of those are code Aurora.
Okay, we can wait till we have the full list if you want. Okay, so we've got the Javelin of Lightning, we've got Bracers of Defense, we've got a suit of armor. It is studded leather. Oh, sorry, this would be, 1 second, let me double check something. We'll get back to that armor. We'll get back to
Mariner's armor?
Yes, it is Mariner's armor.
Yeah.
Does it specify which kind of armor Mariner's armor is, or do I need
I think it's any armor.
Okay. It's medium armor.
I think it's usually medium armor.
It usually is, yeah. It's medium
breastplate
armor.
Or half plate would be probably the two.
Yeah, it's this very well adorned, well engraved, decorated breastplate that is a set of mariner's armor. You also
yeah, I did the
find
same thing.
this pair of gloves that are considered gloves of swimming and climbing. Okay. And the mace. This very dark blackened steel mace gives off a bit of a sting when you touch it. And it is one mace of terror.
I really don't know where any of this goes in our party.
That's up
I
to you to split it up.
I don't think any of us can use the mace.
Does Xavier identify the amethyst as well?
Absolutely,
Would you like to? Okay.
100%, without a doubt. I'm pretty sure I have to touch it too. It's a hands-on ritual. So,
luckily, due to it being you, the amethyst does not influence you in any way, shape, or form.
it being me, what the fuck?
You are able to gleam past the kind of the evil, sinister enchantments of this amethyst. It is a cursed luck stone.
What does that mean?
You can look that up.
Oh, okay.
And it seems to have been the ritual proponent of you get this sense of immense dread and terror that has pulled as if all of these like strong emotions were swimming inside this arcane amethyst, and it's just like for lack of a better word, a soup of very, very dark, sinister terror. It does it does come with it a source of power and strength and the ability to influence the fate of the person carrying it. Cool. That's all the stuff that you get. That's up to you to do now or later, divvy amongst yourselves.
By the way, Ronax, do you use the animated shield we gave you? 'Cause I know we said that was
using it.
yours, but okay.
I've been using it. Why do you ask?
Just wondering, because I know we have various items throughout the party. So braces, defense, and javelin. I think obviously Rara, or Akil. I guess Akil could use the braces of defense. Those are our two unarmored individuals.
Yeah. No, I cannot use anything aside from bracer, but you guys can keep all of it, and I don't mind.
Does anyone have their eyes on the gloves of swimming and climbing?
I have my eyes on gloves of swimming and climbing because I totally don't use it. Like just doing it for
You
fun.
can fly.
You can fly.
Why do you have to
You can
fly?
fly.
Fair.
Now we're in a Disney movie.
Does it just give you a swim speed and climbing speed?
Yeah, basically your swimming speed and your climbing speed become the same as your your walking speed, and you get if you have to make athletics checks to climb or swim, then you get a +5 to them.
Okay.
By the way, Roy, remember we discussed giving all warlock classes Hex Warrior, making them proficient with medium armor?
Yeah, that's how I roll it. I
Yeah.
roll Hex Warrior is all warlocks get medium armor, and then if you take I think I said medium armor and shields for me.
Yeah.
And then taking it Pact of the Blade gives you charisma based fighting.
Yeah. So, I think I already let you know, Alex, but medium armor is an option for you according to these rulings.
I just think it makes the class Like it
Yeah.
doesn't get the full. It doesn't get the option of full casting really. Like not really.
Mhm.
So like I don't know why it's stuck to light armor like the rest. I just like it. It
Congratulations,
makes
you
Hex.
get Eldritch Blast and Eldritch Blast only.
Yeah, Hexblade is
If you want,
the only choice normally.
we can move this along for another 20 or so minutes, and then you can discuss this amongst yourselves as to who wants what after the
Sure.
session. Okay?
Yeah.
Or if anybody wants to call dibs on anything right now, you can let me and the rest of us know.
Well, with the gloves of swimming and climbing, it seems to fit with like Ness's introduction to the
Yeah.
water, and Melora seems to like the water, but he's not quite adept in it yet. So it seems to make sense.
Yeah.
I mean, personally, I don't need that set of armor because I can swim already.
Yes. True.
So it
That's-
should go to somebody that can't really swim.
That's a finger.
Oh yeah, we can talk about it later.
Cool.
Yeah.
The first day of travel goes by. You encounter nothing apart from the carcass of that giant shark. In the middle of the day, the night arrives. And you can either anchor down and stay the night for safer, more insured travel, or you can keep going through the night. Now, Tiber has not slept in about 2 days. He has slept, like nods of sleep, but not fully. So keep in mind the impact that traveling through the night is gonna have on your.
If I like watch what he's doing in the day, is it difficult to replicate?
That's what I was gonna bring up. Is that the people who want to be under training for chip travel can go ahead and make me intelligence checks to kind of pick up what he's doing.
Oh no.
I want to
was-
actually.
Okay. So we've
Can
got
Emmett just help me?
I want to
help. For this, I'll say no. Sorry. Yeah.
Oh.
Amabilis, you can totally also do that as well. Yes.
Oh,
I'm having a moment. I got a 16.
I was
I'm having a moment.
Oh, we'll take the 11 there for you.
Oh my god.
no, not that one.
Is it still intelligence to learn how to cook in a galley? Because that's
Oh, not at all.
basically
That would be
necessary.
like a
I think you
survival.
just already are proficient there.
Yeah. If you want to, you can go ahead make a survival check for me if you want. Yeah.
Strictly speaking, I don't have proficiency in chef's tools, but Ness is always the cook on the road.
Yeah, narratively.
We'll go with the nat one first because it's the funniest. Davos, you are like mildly upset at the fact that people even need boats for travel, because why can't you all just travel on the back of giant sharks? Like this seems, too complicated to even function as a form of transport. Fishes help you. You don't need this.
Could we say he's also distracted by Snowfeather trying to steal some of the shark meat?
True.
She absolutely would do that.
This young griffin is like tugging on the back of your rucksack.
I didn't realize there was a griffin on board.
There is indeed a young griffin on board.
Feather.
Snowfeather.
Well, I am going to feed that griffin some meat.
As you look over, and Snowfeather is like has her claws dug into this hunk of shark meat and is just like tearing pieces out of it and like digging into it.
I would also like to give a piece of shark meat to Amabilis as well.
Okay.
And then
Have you done so? Yeah. Have you done? I assume that you've done your thing to purify it, and it's not going to make her horribly sick.
He has purified food and drink.
Yeah.
I'm a shark man. I'm not a barbarian.
This huge hunk of shark meat just gets thrown in front of me.
You could be a shark baron. That would be fun.
Okie dokie. Oh, the knight. Oh, sorry. I'm so easily distracted. Apart that one's done. Xavier and Amabilis will say that is in the same kind of bearing there. You pick up on the bare essentials of it, not to the point where you will be able to do it freely without help. Amabilis, in particular, you think the ropes are a little too heavy, and the attempt to pull on one might send you flying overboard. Xavier, you gather the basics. Nothing much from what you already know. Not enough to put into practice, but you are familiar with how a boat works and functions. With a fair bit of help and more studying, you can probably be put to work. Fair? Okay. Nepenthe. Third day now. Helping Tiber out with an even more personal task. He has given you hold of the wheel more than 4 or 5 times today. And you're kind of getting a sense of how the waves affect the steering, kind of keeping a lookout on the position of the sun, where it's going, and very luckily having Ronax there with you as almost an expert navigator, helping you chart out the positions of where you are out in the world sea, her pointing, you looking, and Tiber just standing behind nodding, as if what you are doing is correct.
Exciting.
Yes. Cool.
Beans.
The night. Sun starts to set on the western horizon, and darkness starts to overtake the sky. Would you like to continue traveling at the expense of Tiber's fatigue, or settle down for the night?
Let the man sleep. Let the man
Is there a
sleep.
way we could convince him to sleep while we drive?
Yeah, does he trust Nepenthe?
Make a persuasion check.
Can I assist?
Yes, you can, with advantage.
Okay. Wait. Yeah, okay, this might go well. This could go really well.
Okay. Traveling
Let's
through
go.
the night will cut down the overall. We'll be keeping track of nights that you spend traveling, which ends up happening as you manage to successfully convince him that you are capable enough to take hold of the wheel for the entire night while he can rest comfortably below decks.
Does she also get to wear Tiber's hat?
You know what? As he starts to make his way down below decks, he takes off his straw hat and puts it on your head.
It's super sweaty in there.
I don't care. I'm wearing the captain's hat, bitch.
Let me look something up for you very, very quickly. He says before going back down, the name of my ship. Do you know what Ventus Ferrum means?
No.
It is Thessalian for the true wind.
The true wind.
He nods and says, careful not to run into any... Well, nothing much to run into here this far out. Just keep an eye out for waves. Keep making sure the wind is in our favor, and keep on moving.
It'll be done.
I trust the Ventus Ferrum to you tonight. Good night.
Thank you.
Heads below decks. And I assume Nepenthe and Ronak stay up the night?
Yes.
Okie dokie. Amabilis, would you like to stay up as well?
Yes.
Okay. The three of you enjoy your time above decks. As you did once before, Amabilis on top of the mast, and you've kind of been picking up skills to where you're like Pirates of the Caribbean, like hanging down from ropes and using your agile, fearless abilities to swing about and like you make use of these hanging ropes to get on top of the sails very quickly, and you find yourself quite swiftly gaining the skills to move throughout a boat. Since you are a swashbuckler rogue, I thought it would fit. Makes sense. Ronax, you spend the night charting out the stars and the skies and pointing the direction, looking at the winds and the Penth, you man the ship and give out orders.
Captain Pen.
The night goes by, and the rest of you stir awake on the second morning out at sea. I'm gonna need somebody to roll, as opposed to a D100 this time, a D8 for me.
We got an 8.
Ooh.
Oh, this is really good.
Uh-oh.
Okay. You're all awake now this morning. It's cresting past late morning into noon as you are on the Ventus Ferrum, making your way out deeper into the open sea, now further than you've gone before. As the day goes by, nothing particularly strikes you as immediate danger. You look out and you see ahead of you, Tiber's vigilant eyes stare out ahead into the horizon, and you see the same rolling thunderclouds off towards the southeastern direction. It seems content to be heading towards that direction. The same path you would be taking to go home, Davos. I need somebody to... Actually, this would fit. Amabilis, I need you to make a perception check for me. If anybody else is on board at this hour looking about, you can also make a perception check for me as well.
Okay.
Like keeping an active eye out. 11, 25, another natural one.
Oh no.
Okay.
Well,
Ronax, you are quite tired from the night before, feeling yourself a little restless. You start making your way below decks to start the process of falling asleep. You are not yet below decks, but are beginning to go back down below. Davos.
Am I too busy being harassed by a griffin looking for shark meat again?
Yes, but something else. There is a sense of worry that washes through your mind because the direction and the word escapes me, distance of the thunderclouds that seem to be rolling in the sky ahead is in the direction of your home and is fairly feasible to be far enough to where it would be perfectly, if not above, but near Almirialis.
Oh, joy. Oh, joy.
Amabilis, you climb once again the top of the lookout, trying to stare out into the open horizon. Nothing much catches your eye, though you see a few shapes out in the distant horizon, not really knowing what they are. Going higher would definitely benefit you in at this juncture, and so you call out to Akil, who flies up several feet above, tens of feet above the ship, and looks out. Akil.
Yes.
What you see looks to be one or two ships. and they are being pursued by a large fleet of ships. As you see like very very minute small shapes on board, like frantically trying to push each other and shove so that they go faster. However, the number of ships that are closing in behind them seems to be gaining and gaining and gaining speed until they are almost within contact.
Guys, I think I see a pirate attack. 2 ships and a lot of ships.
A pirate attack? We must warn our captain.
Are we able to like make out sigils or anything?
As you get closer, oh sorry, Akil, go ahead.
How far is the ship?
Oh my god, distance in brain. Far enough.
Yeah, I was like, oh.
If you got a little closer, you'll be able to identify the sort of the flags and the emblems on the boat.
Oh, is it short, farther than 600 feet?
We'll say so, yeah.
By the way, at dawn every day, Xavier would be ritually casting water breathing.
Sure thing.
On his own.
Okay.
Including the pets.
At Amabis's yeah, cool. Go ahead.
I'm just gonna ready my longbow. That's it.
At Amabis's call, you all come to attention and start to notice these shapes out in the horizon. A number of ships are chasing these two ships that are trying to escape. And here's the strange thing. You think it's a pirate attack, but the 2 ships that are fleeing from the fleet are bearing these skulls and crossbones.
And the rest of the fleet is as well?
The rest of the fleet is not. In fact,
Yeah,
the
that
rest
makes
of the
more
fleet is bears no emblems on their plain gray flags.
That makes more sense. The pirates wouldn't have the fleet. The people would. A navy would.
I mean, they could. There was actually a lady in China who commanded an entire pirate fleet, and the Chinese government had to like pay her off to stop messing
Running
them up.
away.
Yeah.
But just to
in general.
clarify, the ones running away are pirates. The rest of the fleet has no sigil, no flag, no nothing. Just plain
Do you
gray.
recognize design?
Sorry?
Are we watching the
Do you
end of the
recognize
Pirates of the
design of the
Caribbean?
ship?
The design of the ship,
Cultural influence?
about medium-sized sailboats. Not sailboats. Let me look up the specifics of it. Yeah, sailing ships, average sized, not a galleon, not like an army ship. Xavier, also make a perception check.
Can
Does anyone on this ship have a spyglass or something?
No, we didn't get one, do we? Can Imitus assist?
Sure thing.
17.
Wouldn't there be a spyglass in my cartographer's tools?
I would say so, yeah.
You would think.
Yeah.
I don't know. They're worth 1,000 gold.
This is something, a part of the information of what you glean. This is something that you in particular noticed right off the bat. There's a number of ships. Something strange.
Yeah, I was. So that was going to be my next question.
The number of ships giving chase total 49.
Oh Jesus, that is. I thought it was like 3 or 4 originally. 49.
It's a fleet. Sorry, my apologies. 39 ships.
Yeah, 39. I think was the number you gave us earlier.
Yeah, 39. as you kind of make that connection within your brain, the same number of ships reported to have been missing from the Ryefield harbor.
So what are we going to do now? Do we turn away and run away, or do we face forward?
No.
Davos looks at the kind of ongoing battle as we're kind of are we like approaching it?
Yes, you are.
He looks at everyone else and is like, so are we intervening in that at all?
Should we?
They are pirates, and we are not.
Yeah, we shouldn't.
You gather your attention there for about a moment, and you sort of narrow your eyes, and you see this flash of light appearing from all 39 ships.
Oh.
And about 3 seconds later, you hear this loud horn almost sound. Imagine like school cafeteria, like mixed with but a much lower pitched echoed version of that. Let me just change up the music. As you see that flash of light and that sound emanate from the direction in which you're heading, you see almost 20-30 beams of light streak outwards from this fleet of ships and sort of make these arcs in the sky, and as the two ships, you pull out your spyglass now, Rodax, look as the crew on board panics and like does their best to like steer the ship away, avoid as the beams of light come towards them. And these beams go tunneling, and as the ship steers to the very right and like makes this very sharp turn to where that beam of light would miss, it turns and locks itself back onto the ship, and you watch as these two ships get obliterated by these beams of light that had shot up and then flung through the sky and then come back down and had just exploded these two ships into rubble, flaming.
No, we are not intervening.
Yeah, it looks like it's too late for that.
Let's give it a wide berth, Tiber.
Aye. Starts sailing. Sort of gives a wide berth to starboard.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna jump off and turn into a dolphin.
Okay.
I'm like Xavier just kind of is watching this, and as Neven tries to give it a wide berth, I'm just gonna. He just kind of says, "Yeah, that." I'll be right back, and then just dives off, and with Dawn, spins it in the air. And
did he just?
I'm gonna jump after the foolhardy wizard.
Baby.
Can I
You're a
fly
wizard,
after
right?
him
It's a
as
wizard,
well?
yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
So
I'm gonna swim after him.
okay, 3 of you,
because-
2 swimming, 1 flying. Start making your way through.
you don't fly after us.
Ronax, make me another perception check. This is a separate detail that is worthy of pointing out.
Can I make it with advantage?
Thinking of whether this would make sense.
Why?
Why?
You will see why if she succeeds. Make one with advantage.
Oh, Okay. I don't know. I forgot to click advantage.
As the last ship in the fleet makes its way out of sight, you catch a glimpse, a very brief glimpse of these mounted, silver-plated cannons on board. Maybe 5 or 6 on each ship. And what's strange is that they are pointed upwards and not to the side. Bears a familiar design.
Uh-oh.
The rest of you, the 3 of you, sorry, make your way to this flaming pile of shipwreck and wooden planks. It's just burning up in the flames. The 3 of you make, if you want to look through the rubble, make investigation checks for me.
I was going to the ships.
You were going to the fleet of ships?
Yeah.
They are traveling at quite a speed. You will have to catch up to them if that's the case. Do you want to?
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, are all 3 following?
I'm gonna check the rubble.
Okay. Xavier, Davos, you. Sorry, I was struggling to remember your name.
Faster.
Yes.
Would I be faster than him?
Compare Dolphin and your swimming
60
speed.
feet for me.
60 feet swimming. What's your swimming speed, Davos?
The same. Let me. Yeah.
I think Trent is
it's
the same.
60.
Oh, okay.
You make your way side by side, in the direction of the ships. Now, ships. Just so I can double check here. Make sure I'm making the right call.
You're making the wrong call. I mean,
ships travel. Um, 35 feet while sailing in the wind. You do catch up.
Yeah.
What would you like to do? As you approach nearer and nearer these fleet of 39 ships that are heading northwestwards.
I'm trying to find semblance of association.
Make a perception check. I will say Imitus gets to help.
By the way, when it fits in well,
I could have brought Imitus, to be honest.
You can make a straight roll for me then.
Yeah.
When it fits in well, could I have a brief scene with Nepenthe?
Of course. Yeah, Xavier.
6.
Tough. Again, the sails bear no emblems, no flags, completely gray. You see a few people on board that just look very, very generic, as if they're trying to be so. No cargo, apart from the same cannons that I have pointed out to Ronax, which are very, very noticeable on these ships. Yeah, nothing much more you can glean from that.
Is there any way that I can try and figure out what is the what?
What is the what?
What is the what? Yes.
How familiar is Davos with like stuff on land? Just the general ongoings of the world.
I would say probably not very, but probably knows a little bit more about things that happen on the sea.
Make a perception check.
Okay. Finally, not a 1 on a skill check.
What can I give you here? Yes, I can. Yes. you see kind of in the formation of the fleet of ships that you have been fairly well educated on is that in a large fleet there is usually a command ship that usually hangs back or in the center of the fleet. You see this last ship that trails behind the rest of them is slightly more decorated, more elegant. These white railings. It's got the head of a lion in front of its hull. And you see this man in very thick, heavy furs manning the wheel with a fair amount of people on board as they appear to be rushing up, pointing, giving him instructions, commands, giving him feedback and what had just transpired. You see this man with a vigilant look nods and keeps on steering the ship forwards.
I'm gonna give Xavier an elbow and point out the ship and say, "It's got a lion on its bow. Do you know anything about that?" Does that help identify or help figure out what's going on here?
Cannot respond.
Oh, a dolphin.
Yeah.
I mean, I can understand
I can
you.
hear
So.
Beer go in the background. Akil.
Yes.
You circle the top of the flaming rubble, heaps of burning ships, completely sundered apart by that beam of light. Those beams of light. And you give it a quick glance over. The body is charred, broken, burned, start sinking to the bottom of the seas. You, however, notice with sharp eye gaze towards one of the what looks like the mast of the ship that lie horizontal floating, and you see a halfling man clutching onto it, bleeding heavily, whereas the rest of his crew have disappeared or sunken.
I'm going to save him. Oh my god. This is so out of character, but I have to save him. He holds some information.
Do what you want, man. I'll say you go ahead and dive down, land, perch yourself on top of the mast of a ship. He's bleeding, injured heavily. He looks back up at you. Oh, says, coughs up blood, says something in halfling that you can't quite understand.
I'm gonna say whatever and just grab him and bring him back to the ship.
Okay. With your two talons, you grab onto his arms, and you see Akil starts to fly his way back on board with this man hanging off from his talons. And during this time, Nepenthe.
Yeah. So I'm. Can I assume that Nepenthe is looking out to try and see where Xavier has gone? Yeah. So as like your with your hand gripping the rail, you feel Ness's hand pat yours a couple of times.
Yeah, I was gonna.
Do you think that he would risk his life quite so much if he knew how much you cared about him?
And if it took Akron, I just go get me and her back.
I just think he needs to stop going places alone where I can't look out for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like it either. I can't. Sometimes I rushes in with him, but I can't really. Well, I'll have the new gloves. I can swim a bit better, I think, but I don't think it was. I think this is like a thing he has to do by himself. But yeah, he's always been all right so far.
It seems like every time I turn around, though, I've missed something.
Yeah. Well, you don't have to like. Like, I mean, he's his own person, and you don't have to like be responsible for stopping him from getting hurt. But I know that me saying that isn't going to stop you wanting to.
Well, I mean, I promised.
Yeah. Yeah, I've made some promises too. If it makes you feel any better, I have his back as well. It's not just you that's watching.
I know.
At this point, Akil comes back on board and drops this halfling man on deck.
Yes.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna rush over and like look at the blood, look at the state of him, and do a reach down and do a lay on hands.
Okay, how many points do you put in? Yeah, Akil, sorry.
I saw this man on the shipwreck over there. He was saying something, but I couldn't understand.
Yeah. I'm gonna put 5 in to stabilize him just for now.
You see some of his wounds close up. He's still bleeding heavily from the head and arms. You see bits of his chest is charred, flaming. Do any of you speak halfling on board? Keeps muttering something. Help, Captain.
Yeah. Akil, was there anyone else over there, or was it just this fella?
I don't see anybody but some were thinking, but I don't see anyone else. So I see this person first. I saved him.
You see around his neck is a necklace that depicts the symbol of the sun rising above the horizon, with waves crashing above it. And as he comes back to his senses, still lying, breathing quite heavily, about to pass out, and before he does, he mutters, Captain Fontaine, save me.
Oh, fuck.
And he closes his eyes and passes out. And that is where we are going to end tonight's session.
That's interesting.
I wanted to add really quickly.
Of course.
That she puts the spyglass away and is just staring at this guy.
What the Sargus Ruck?
Stuff that I put forth 5 months ago. Finally coming into fruition.
That was good.
Thank you everybody on stream for joining us for the past how long has it been? 4 hours? Y'all have yourselves a good day. Thanks for tuning in as always. And
Bye everyone.
Bye.
Bye everyone.
Bye.